the pussy for the money, if you got the money for the pussy.
You better boss up, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Thursday night. Roski. Thursday night Roski. The second longest running episodic program and live stream here on YouTube. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One, aka Mr. Coach Elite, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus, and you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy, but call me CGA, C God Allah, and I be the 14th time the monetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you today. We have Traditionalism Is Dead. All right, this is not a surprise. I've been telling you it's dead. The Mitches ain't gonna be happy about this. We have an actress that says, all right, an actress, a former actress, I guess she can be a current actress. She says that her and her husband live separately. All right, and the women are celebrating it. The women are like, yes, sister, goals. You go, girl. All right, this is crazy. We got that coming up. Plus, we have, what else do we have here? I don't even know. My assistant has put this show together. Oh, we have a woman heartbroken after she broke up with her secret boyfriend. We're going to show you the mayonnaise, okay? We're going to show you the mayonnaise. All right, so lots of mayonnaise on that one. And also, what else? Oh, yeah, we got some shit in here. All right, we got some shit in here, but to contribute to today's show, $sign the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams, and that's near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat. New world order on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. Let's get into it. Let's see if there's any contributors from, because y'all was contributing like crazy. Y'all was like, man, Coach, stay. Give me the lead attorney, long stroke, pause. All right, hey.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo!
Give it to us. Baby, I like it raw. That's what y'all saying. All right, anyway. But maybe some people contributed when I shut the show off. I don't think so. Maybe they did, but we'll go ahead and check. I appreciate y'all for this, and we'll try to make this a short show. All right, because I'm tired even. All right, but Friday's coming up. The weekend is almost here, so yeah, we got some show left.
What's up, nigga? What's up for the weekend, nigga?
And remember, I've been streaming. I stream every day. All right, I normally take Saturday off, but I streamed and had the prep on Saturday, so I haven't stopped for about a week and a half. All right, shout out to our brother. It is Yura Bryant. You're turning 36 on Saturday. All of these birthdays. You had a new room massage earlier today. You're headed to Vegas tomorrow for work. Massages and play. With a CCW, where should I avoid going on the strip due to no weapons being allowed? Pretty much everywhere, all right? Pretty much everywhere when you're on the strip. Now, you can go, there's nobody going to really catch you with it, so you can go in and out of the hotels and the casino and be packing. All right, there's no metal detectors or anything like that, so you're good. Strip club, no, you're not going to be able to go to the strip club for the most part, and there's really nobody checking for heat or metal where you're going, so you can carry it. Just be careful other than that. So strip clubs, don't take it into the strip club. You got to take that, take it away and put it down. But other than that, they're generally, people don't expect you to be carrying when you go in and out of the casinos. They don't expect you to. So that's the main thing I would say on the strip related to that. I've carried on the strip. I've carried in casinos, in and out. Right in my pocket holster. And typically, if you see me in the casino, I got that thing on me. You know what I mean? Just to let you guys know, don't act up.
Pop, pop, cut, cut, cut. Skitty, keep, pop, pop.
Even if I'm with my,
pop, pop, boom.
Even if my, what do you call it? Even if my security guard is with me, just be careful when you're going in and out of the casinos, because somebody might say, oh, I see you packing. I see you carrying. If you're in the holster, jacket holster, or in your pocket holster, nobody can care. But, oh, by the way, you can open carry in Nevada, meaning you can carry on your hip. All right, if you have a holster outside, you can carry, but you definitely can't do that when you go into a casino. So you got to have a concealed carry, which you said you have. All right, anyway. All right, what are we doing here? Yeah. And make sure if you have a female police officer, you remove it out your holster. Don't let her remove it. You see that ninja? Brother got shot. He was legally carrying, concealed. He had a pocket holster. And then there was a female trying to get the gun out of the holster, and she got it out, but she shot him in the leg. All right. Crazy. All right, but you also, you need to check where you're coming from, and if there's reciprocity as well. People are saying, make sure you have reciprocity with your CCW permit. Anyway, he says we were relieved to hear it. Yeah, I got that thing on me, bruh. All right. Anyway, what else is up? I'm pleased that you got that thing on you. All right, that is your right. That is your 2A right here in the United States of America. All right, Rosie says, Coach, I uploaded my small snippet of my girl on IG, and he says, check it out. Don't want the Mitches to screenshot my beach, though. Shout out to you, man. Damn. Okay, hold on for a second. All right, I'm interested. Let me see, man. I'm going to put her up on the screen. No, I won't. I won't do that. All right, let me see here. It's not coming up. Yeah, it's not coming up, brother. What are you talking about? Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get it. And of course, I can't put up that post of the police officer. I can't show people getting shot. All right, there you go, right there. Oh, okay. All right, Colombiana. Definitely a Colombiana. All right, ninjas will be starving. I'm going to tell you that right there.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir.
All right, you got it going on. She definitely a Colombiana. All right, for the brothers that like the Latinas. And if we tell the age gap between you and her, ninjas, you know what they're going to call you? A metaphile. It is what it is. All right. Yes, indeed. But it's legal. It's legal and ethical at the same time. And he adds, I believe he adds, tell the Mitches, money talks, bullshit walks on the motherfucking tightrope. Big bank take little bank. So stop hating, listen and learn, and get your motherfucking money up. Then you won't have to F fat bitches and ugly broads. He says you need the how high pimp slap vids for the Mitches. Shout out to you right there. All right. It's a cold, evil world in there, man. I'm going to tell you. And then, people, when they hear that shit, they be like, but one day you're going to lose your money, coach. All right. You're going to lose it. We hope. And they just waiting for you to lose your money. They're like, I see that with YouTubers here. I see that. They're like, he's going broke. It's over. Fresh is going broke. I'm like, is that your wish? Is that your wet dream? Like you want him to go broke? I suppose so. I mean, what did he do to you? All right. Wes Watson, I can't never say his name. It's over. Wes Watson going broke. He has to sell all his shit. I'm like, damn, what kind of video is that? Content creators are wild as fuck, man. Y'all content creators, y'all be like, I don't have nothing to talk about. Isn't there a phrase? Let me see if there's a phrase here. All right. Let me see here. There's a phrase. Oh, there it is right here. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. All right. I love that shit right there. Hold up for a second. We got to listen to that. I'm critical of the content creation space, not just in the manosphere, on YouTube in general. All right. We got to hear this. I'm going to put it up for you guys. And think about this with the content you consume. Think about this with the content you consume. All right. What type of content do you consume? Do you consume haterism? Oh, that's my feed picture collection. That's my feed picture collection right here. All right. Let me see here. Here it is right here. Socrates, philosophies and hypotheses. Socrates. This is how bad this is how far that goes back. They're attributed to Socrates. Strong minds discuss ideas. And you can clearly say, CGA, my entire live stream is ideas. Like I'm rarely ever discussing just some person, right? Let me do some person. Now I might do some person that had an event, right? So that might go into the idea of, okay, I'm combining something. But most of my show is the idea. And it says strong minds discuss ideas. Average mind discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. That is the real, man. I'm here to teach. I'm here to teach the individuals. I'm here to make you stronger and realize where you're in your weakness. Strong minds, I'll say it again. Strong minds discuss ideas. The free agent lifestyle. Yes.
For life.
Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. All right. Think about that even when I'm trying to grow you up as a man. We're trying to grow you up as a man. We don't just discuss people here. And we don't just discuss, we don't just put somebody on a thumbnail. Let's discuss that person and his finances. All right. And he did this and she did that. All right. No, man. We discuss the ideas around these things. Sometimes it's the events too. So we're average sometimes. We are. Shout out to our brother David G. Did you hear there's another school shooting in Nash Vegas? New. The shooter was a ninja. This is where it gets interesting. He was an intelligent neo-Nazi ninja. What? New. Look him up to see what he looks like. He says, it's what I pictured a red pill rager to look like. Maybe I did hear about this because I heard that they were also claiming he was an incel. All right, which is going to obviously bring people to our space. All right, because they're going to say, yeah, it was y'all. All right, maybe blame somebody in this space in particularly. So we have a young black male here. How are you an incel? Is he a high school guy? All right. Is he at the school or did he go to the school? 16 years old. But it looks like he's Latino. He has a Latino name. They gonna say he's a Myron fan. How are you an incel at 16? I think all 16-year-olds are almost incels. All right, just. But apparently he might have had a manifesto right there. They ain't better not blame me, nigga. If you don't put my name in it. My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. But he got a really Latino. So he's the guy that checks the box when, hey, black people, you guys know what happens. When you go to somewhere and they be like, oh, check your ethnicity and race. You're like, that's easy. Black. Then the next question, are you black, non-Hispanic, or Hispanic? You be like,
What that mean?
we never discussed this. This has never been a discussion in my house. Am I Hispanic or non-Hispanic black? Like, what the fuck? Just can't even. All right, anyway. Apparently, me no black poppy. Okay, I'm non-Hispanic Latino. All right, anyway. Me no black poppy. All right, so yeah, it gets quite confusing, but he has a Latin-based last name, full name, and he has a middle name. All right, it is what it is. All right, where are we at here? Enough about that. I'm not discussing that, and I hope this ninja don't bring my name up. But school shooting here, man. Damn, niggas can't go to school.
New world order.
Aren't all 16-year-olds incels? No, I don't know, man. Like, what 16-year-old? How many 16-year-olds is getting a freak on? I think, so they're going to be like, he's an incel. I mean, everybody is at 16. Like, almost 97% of young boys are involuntarily celibate. All right, what are we doing? Maryland guy says, hey, coach, did you see that Trump signed an executive order to make the U.S. the AI and crypto capital of the world? He says, I remember I sent a super chat telling people to get into crypto 2 years ago, and I got laughed at. Oh, yeah. Oh, people are going to be mad. I mean, eventually, cryptocurrency is going nowhere. We can obviously see that. I mean, it's well past a decade it's been here. And, it does go up and down and shit like that. But people are just watching and waiting for you to lose your money. All right? That's what they're doing. All right, so now, and what happens? They're not going to get into it, and a lot of people are going to regret it. Damn, I should have got in. Fuck. And it'd be too late. It'd be too late. So anyway, thank you for those early contributions. I did see the Donald Trump out there saying that.
Look
Again,
at my
he
African
gonna make
American
people
over
rich.
here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
All right, he gonna make people rich. I heard, people were assuming Bitcoin could go either way. It can go as low as 61K by the end of the year, or possibly to 250 by the end of the year. And if you guys know, if you follow any other sort of currencies, it could be possible. We got one of the greatest crypto guys in our coach gang. He appears sporadically when we do streams about crypto. His name is Chris. We call him Crypto Chris. All right, he gives us the lowdown on the money mindset. All right, Crypto Chris be out here he gives us way too much information on the money mindset. And you can join us over there by clicking the link right here that you see in the live chat or in the description box. Crypto Chris be on it. Press a 1 in the chat if you've seen Crypto Chris get after it. He presents so much vital information as to even get you to understand, where to go, and he can help you definitely off stream. Do me a favor, man. I got to do this. Got to take a quick commercial. I got to handle something. Be well.
The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, We give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the money mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open.
The window is still open. Apologies, I had to take a quick break. But let's get into it. Let's do Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right, let's get the banner up, and what we'll do is we'll show you some straggles and some sniggles. We have this woman that says, a woman turns to abstinence as an insult. All right, women turning to abstinence as an insult to what men have done to kill hoe culture. All right. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
If you say so. I don't know what you're saying, man, but let's go ahead and see.
Kind of problematic, but I actually just realized that the reason people say women usually turn to abstinence after they've lived out their hoe life is like making sense to me at this point, because yeah, that's actually exactly what happened. I lived out my whole life. I realized it wasn't fulfilling. I experienced the joys of a long relationship. And now it's like, yes, I would literally rather be alone if somebody's not going to step up for really real. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's kind of problematic, but I actually just realized that the reason people say women usually turn to abstinence after they've lived out their hoe life is like making sense to me at this point, because yeah, that's actually exactly what happened.
So the truth is coming out. All right. They can no longer hide the truth. I guess we've exposed the truth out here. We exercise the feminists. This is why I say this space needs to elevate the talking points, because yeah, they've all admitted all of that shit that we saying was true. All right. Man, there's no more even fighting it. All right. Making a video of saying, you know, these women are, bro, they already admitted it. They're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, it was true. I was living my whole life out here. All right. I was doing what I was doing. Now I want a sucker. All right. AKA.
And that's you.
All right. And so now I've had my fun. I'm ready to settle down, ass bitch. I've had my fun. Now I'm ready to settle down.
And that's you.
It's undeniable. So we've already got it, guys. We got it. You know who hasn't got it? There's a lot of guys. Okay. There's a lot of guys that still are wrestling with this. Not my girl. All right. This isn't true. Not all women. All right. Yes, indeed. But even now the women are like, damn, these red pill talking points are fire. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I did. Yo, man, it's tough out here. It is tough out here, man. I'm telling you. Right here. Look at the women out here. They're like, man, we can't win. If we date, we're bad. If we abstain, we're bad. We can't win. All right, we can't win.
You can't win.
So why defend it, encouraging your girls to skip this supposed hoe phase, which was created by society to destroy women, and tell them to stick to what's best for them and wait for the right person? Yes, queen, keep being abstinent, because no man wants to used up 40-year-old roast beef anyway. Oh, no, my goodness. All right, there it is right here. All right, abstinent. Here's my opinion, ma'am. Like, you're not abstinent. Use a hoe. You were hoeing. Then you stop hoeing. That's not abstinence. I mean, you just basically taking a pussy break. Like, you're resting your pussy. That's all right. That's not abstinence. All right, this is crazy. We also have this right here, Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We got this, man. This is not really Straggle and Sniggle Theater, but it's the evening show.
When I first got this car 5 years ago, you know what they said? Oh, it's old. Oh, it ain't no Hellcat. It ain't no Scat Pack. It's a V6. So, I bossed up. And I got this. It's 2025 now. But this is a 2024, so this is brand new. And you know what they say? It's a rental. It ain't no lamb truck. And then I get the lamb truck, and then what they gonna say? Oh, it ain't his. Oh, it's not real. The moral of the story is no matter how good or bad you are doing, something and someone is gonna always have something to say. So do you. And don't worry about nobody else. Do you.
Shout out to him, he said.
Boss up, nigga.
And for the people in the back, I'm going to tell you, man, this is the truth. This is the truth. He said he bossed up. It's the truth, man. And here's the real reality, man. No matter what you do, somebody going for, oh, nigga, you didn't get, okay, oh, shit. You didn't get the GT3, coach? You know what I mean? If you're going to get a Porsche, it's got to be a GT3. Oh, you went with the STO? Oh, shit. Nigga, I wouldn't have never got an STO. You know, not me. Oh, yo, shit, you got it used? Oh, man, you didn't even get it new. Meanwhile, they ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. You get the G-Wagon. Oh, nigga, I bet that's a rental car. These are rentals. This is the truth, man. And yes, it be your supporters and friends and people that watch you. And the reality is they don't know how to do it. That's the reality. So they watch a lot of Instagram and they have a lot of goals maybe on their vision board, but they see you achieving it. They're going to come away to chop it down. They're going to try to chop it down. So don't do things for other people to impress them. You can do things to motivate people, but trust me, the people closest to you, most of them will really not celebrate you. All right, they won't celebrate you because they can't figure out how you did it. All right, it doesn't make sense in their little peon head. So don't worry about them. That's good advice from the brother right there. Do you? Because, yeah. All right, yeah. All right, what do we got next? We have Straggle Sniggle Theater. We have a realtor, a.k.a. a real estate agent. All right, that says these landlord requirements just for basic rent look like, well, out of her range right here. This is why people can't get housing. This is Houston, Texas, y'all. Are these your 10s? All right, let's see what this realtor says.
Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm going to read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive. The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard for whatever reason is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know where people just get up and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific basic home like this. But this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670. I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home that is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay. Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off.
Are you a realtor? You're a realtor here.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
So essentially, welcome to adulthood. All right, ass bitch. All right, what? Just tell me you're a broke realtor.
Can't you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke? Dead, flat, stony broke. I've got $3.85 in my purse.
Ma'am, I hate to disappoint you here, but that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. That I've been renting for a long time. All right. I'm going to tell you, when I started renting in high rent districts, all right, that was normal. Now she's trying to say it's for a basic house, but yeah, these landlords already went through the rent moratorium. They said never again with you niggas. All right. All right. So Yes, that is normal, because what the normal standard is not that you can afford, like, your income should not be able to, like, well, there's a standard we teach over there at the Money Mindset. People, but 50% is almost too much of your income to be paying towards rent. And everybody knows that. You're going to get consumed if you have one emergency. Forget it. The landlord now is waiting for their rent. Now they're trying to evict you. It has always been 3 times in nice, suburban communities. It's always been 3 times the rent. All right, so sometimes you gotta. I mean, this is what happens. You have a rent of $4,000. They expect to see $12,000 of income. All right, because it's right at that 33% of where people should be making to be able to afford their housing. This is quite common. All right, this is quite common. Once you go past 50% and you're paying 50% of your income towards rent, they know you ain't going to be able to pay that rent. You're going to get consumed. Ma'am, this is normal. This is very, very normal. But now she's in Houston because people live in these places because they're cheap. But of course, when you have competition and you're looking for high-end rentals, like you're looking for high-end renters and you own a property, you're like, no Section 8, no single mothers, no people struggling, no broke people. You can actually just keep out people of other races basically to do this. It's like, I'm not desperate, because you do lose a lot of money. Let's say you get a bad renter. Now you got to take 6 months to evict them. Now you're losing all of that rental income. You might as well just wait. You might as well just wait and get you a good renter. So that's why you would put these standards up here. And the game has changed, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when I said, if you ain't making $100K in 5 years, yeah, not me, coach. I live in Houston, so it doesn't matter. It matters, man. It's going to matter, because, yes, it's going to matter. You're not going to be able to buy a house, and certainly the rents aren't going to be affordable. It might be affordable, but at the same time, you got to have first month, last month, whatever security deposit, pet deposit, and you have to have the income. Most people, somebody says redlining. Yes, redlining. Most people are going to realize you won't be able to qualify in many, many cases, especially if you want to live in nice luxury apartments, good neighborhoods, around good schools. You're going to be priced out. Oh, man. Yep. And somebody said 3 months to 2 years to evict. And also, you know what I mean? You got to consider that they pay a legal cost to get you out, to evict you. So no landlord wants to do this. No landlord wants any part of this. So this is why this exists. All right. And then they have that first and last month's rent and your security deposit, which will probably amount to a month and a half to 2 months of rent. Okay. So, and they know you're probably going to have some kids to fuck it up. All right. So, yeah, man, I'm telling you, these standards, we're going to constantly see these things increase. And people are going to be priced out of this market, unfortunately. All right, so be prepared. That's Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Okay, now, I'm going to play this video. I was going to play it this morning. I teased it. But quickly, I want to play this video of this young plain Jane. It looks like, I can't tell, is she a mulatto? Shout out to her. I could tell she's kind of a mulatto, racially ambiguous. Her name is Jada. Well, I don't know if this is Jada Bell, but shout out to her. This woman is going to say something about how hard it is to be a man. She's going to say, I couldn't be a man. I could never be a man. And this is why. Let's hear her out here.
I could not live one day as a man. No way. Not only do men have to have themselves together, but they have to make sure the people that are following them are in order too. So he has to have eyesight not only for himself, but for everybody else around him. He has to lead everybody else, which means he does have to take his feelings and gobble them so that everybody else can lean on him.
Gobble them?
And I can't handle that. I want to be soft, I want to be coddled, I want to be taken care of, I want to hug. And I want a lot of grace when I make a mistake and I mess up. And a lot of women, we expect that other people give us grace. I mean, if I make a mistake, you should know that my emotions and my feelings got involved and I didn't mean it. But God forbid a man does that. I mean, society holds him to a certain standard, and God even holds him to a certain standard. I'm a woman, and I want to cry, and I want a lot of grace. I want people to cheer me on when I do stuff right. When I think logically, and it makes sense, people cheer me on for it as a woman, because it's unheard of when women hold themselves accountable and want to reach for a certain standard, you know, that's holy, that God wants us to live by. But men don't get cheered on when they do stuff right. We just magnify when they do wrong, and when they do right, it was already expected of you. You don't get hugged and coddled and cheered on for it.
Oh, she preaching.
And I just couldn't live like that. I couldn't live as a man. I would just like be done, you know? Bye. Because what's the point? I don't get a hug and I don't get loved when I try so hard. God forbid as a man, like, you mess up in any capacity. God forbid. You know, the people around you will remind you of it to the day you die.
Wow.
There's just so much expectation and standard for a man. And I know other men are going to say,
what?
You know, they have to. God appointed them. So they have to. Even biblically, God holds men to a higher standard that you have to live by, and expectations out of you that you have to live by. You have to be on point because everybody's counting on you. Everyone that's following you and that's under you is counting on you. You have to have eyesight for everybody. Everybody around you that is following you, that you're leading. You need to not only know yourself, but know them, so you know how to appoint them, and you know how to lead them and how to guide them, which means you have to have a whole lot of self-awareness. And I as a woman, I just could never be a man. I could not live one day as a man.
All right, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good and nice and introspective there. And she was preaching the truth. That is a good, that's a good video right there by her, just to recognize that, and recognize that even when you sacrifice, it ain't enough. All right, press a 1 in the chat if you've sacrificed and still it wasn't enough. As she said, you made one mistake, and they remind you of it all the time. And you don't get a chance to go cry. You don't get a chance to ask for a hug. Can I ask hug? You don't get a chance to ask for a hug. Nobody fixes you a plate. They'll just tell you, get your own fucking plate. Fold your own fucking laundry. Make your own meals. And you're holding everything up. You're supporting everybody. You're paying for everything. It's tough. All right. And man, that was crazy. That was a good video response to a very complicated subject that you will find that most women don't have sympathy for this plight. Now, the thing is, gentlemen, this is how it is. I know I accept this responsibility, and also accept that I can make a decision as to not do that, right? So that's what we can do as men. We can say, yeah, hey, that's nice. I'll be a free agent. Or that's nice. I'll go monk mode, all right? So you do have the ability to say, I'm not going to play that game and not support others. So that's fair. Women can say they want to support. I'll do it. I'll be strong. And their strong is average. The strong is the average adult responsibility, as we saw in that previous video about the rent. And then they start looking at it. Yeah, well, how am I supposed to? You know, try being a man. How am I supposed to be judged as a man of my economic attractiveness is, do I have enough income to support not only myself, but another adult and possibly other children? When a woman can be judged of, I got a degree and I make this amount of money, and that just supports herself. The basic average adult requirements. It's never that she has to support others. Even if she has to support others, she'll complain about it or ask for extra help from the government, from men, from fathers, whoever it is. She's never believing that she has to support others. And when she does, she wants a fucking award. Now, the trade-off to this, gentlemen, for men who want to complain about this, we're not complaining. We're just acknowledging that this is the truth. The trade-off to this is we don't have a pussy that bleeds every month. So I'm going to tell you that right there, you know. That's what we get, you know what I mean? It's
Cause I got the pussy for the money. If you got the money for the pussy.
We don't have to lie on our back. Oochie ouchie. You know what I mean? We don't have people probing us and shit, but they're, you know what I mean? So there's a trade-off, you know what I mean? It's, which one do you want? Like, how do you want it? How does it feel? You know what I mean? There's trade-offs to everything. You know, I mean, would you want to bleed every month from betwixt your legs? I think not. Okay, I'll be a man. Reporting for duty. All right. I'll take it. You know what I mean? I got swinging dick. You know what I mean? This is a good thing. You know what I mean? I get to probe girls and Roski them. I think we win. I'm not complaining. I'll be a man. All right, anyway. Oh, this was supposed to be a good segment. Okay, it was a good segment. Let me get to some super chats. I think we didn't draw the short end of the stick on this one. I think we're good here. Imagine bleeding every month. Like, here it comes again for like 25 years. You're just doing something, trying to have fun and be like, yeah, oh, you know. You don't have to push a baby from betwixt our penal hole. You know what I mean? These are good trade-offs. I'll be a man. All right, so shout out to that exotical melodical. All right, I like a girl like that. She's a good little, sweet little thing. All right, if you want to be one of my wives, let me know. Exotical melodical. All right, where are we at? You just have to have a great outlook sometimes as a man. And I have a great outlook. Shout out to our brother Preston, says they want to feel single with relationship benefits. All right, so that is related to the main event. They want to feel single with relationship benefits. All right, that's crazy. Shout out to our brother. This is Jedi Said is in the building. He says support over on the Cash app. All right, we got our brother No Government Name. Many low earners complain about how unfair prices are, but won't boss up. No. Boss up, nigga. They won't boss up, but they'll basically keep trying to say, man, we're going to find a way to live off without nothing. You know, like, oh, man. Prices are not going down. I was thinking about this the other day, and people think, yeah, you think about this all the time, CGA. But yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Okay, even Donald Trump even acknowledged this. You know, he's trying to make a change to give people more of affordable life, but I think he is his administration is gonna price people out. So, you know, prices aren't coming down. I'm old enough to know this. Gentlemen. I used to go to the store and get a bag of chips for 25 cents when I was a youngster, back in the old days when I went to school in the snow and then walked uphill both ways. We used to have penny candy. We used to get a soda pop, 25 cents, a nickel. It wasn't a nickel. I wasn't in those days. 25 cents. That was about the low. But we could get a bag of candy. Jujubes, Swedish Fish. All right. We could get a little bag like this for $1. Pennies. We'd be in there. $1. Yep. I showed you that picture of me pumping gas. 89 cents. When I was pumping gas, I was in the 8th grade. I wasn't driving the car, obviously. But yeah, 99 cents. 99 cent gas. Let me tell you something. That ain't coming back. It's not coming back. Neither is your income going to be able to afford for gas to be that cheap to you. So you guys got to really boss up. I can't. Boss up, nigga. Okay. I can't help it. I know the message sucks and everybody's like, it's about money all the time. Yeah, I'm bringing a new level of conversation here to get you to understand, gentlemen. Like the likelihood that you will have the income to be able to afford what we were affording on the incomes people made 25 years ago is none. All right. You're not going to be able to do it. The only way, boss up. That's the only way. That's the only out you got. And if you don't, you're going to be shit out of luck. You're going to be shit out of luck. Sorry. I can't do nothing. All right. Shout out to our brother here, Leonard. From way downtown, bang. He says, you're a treat, coach. I'll listen to you every day. Peace, bro. Shout out to our brother Leonard. I don't know if I can say your last name because sometimes, you know, some of these men don't want me to say their government name. So I'll try not to. But, man, I'm going to tell you, people think the old days and prices, you're going to be able to live affordably in the United States. I'm here to tell you, you're not. You're not. There's about a 1% chance that that'll be true in the future. And this main event topic is even going to show it too. The way we look at relationships, especially for women, they look at them completely different. They look at them completely different than the mindset of what men want for traditional relationships. It's changing so rapidly that I bet on tradition not returning. Unless you're a certain demographic or unless you're a certain, race or religion, you can still get some sort of tradition. But I've been telling y'all, it's dead. It's dead and ain't coming back. And especially when you look at the black community is always ground zero for where the rest of America is going. And it has been that way for a long time because the foundation of this country that exists today was black Americans. Like it was the center, the epicenter, all right, especially in the antebellum South with the cash crops and stuff like this. So it was the epicenter. Once we realize that whatever we see in the black community eventually is what we're going to see in the greater community, even though nobody would want it, they take the ideals and their messaging from the black community. So as they go, so does the rest of the nation. Except for the upper middle class and the elite. They avoid it because they do their best to gate themselves away. They move to suburbs and hills. They make sure they don't become that. But yes, the middle class and the working class follows the poverty class and the black community. It does happen. Shout out to Rusted Junk. The Junk Man is in the building. Appreciate you over on Cash App. And we got our brother J-Day. Arriva Dirt J says, you think she loves you, but she really loves me too. The cat always catches the mouse. Men stop scavenging for crumbs because the next snack might bite. It might be your last trap. Coach Gang, he's got the lyrics. He's got the poetry here. Coach Gang, in this MFing, it's boss up season.
You better boss up, nigga.
Free game to you hoe ass lames. I love it.
You better boss up, nigga.
These hoe ass lames. Yes, sir. All right, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the rhythm and the rhyme, too. And the game for these people. Shout out to David. We'll give you a co-sponsorship, too. Appreciate you, sir. Where's my co-sponsorship? We'll do it live, too. There it is. All right, we having a great show. What do you guys think? It's been a great show. All right, do me a favor, man. What is going on, man? I'm having some issues, I see. All right, what do we got going on? We have this woman who gets emotional and gives up custody of her children after meeting the new stepmom. This is a complicated story, but let's take you to it right here on It's an Evil World We Live In.
It's an evil world we live in.
Listen to this one right here. Keep up with the pace.
Trying to, you feel me? I ain't trying to like shit on her a little bit. I just, got to let you know, bitch, I'm cute now, you feel me? But we're gonna go to lunch and talk like ladies. I'm so excited. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna be transparent. I like Ashley. I really do. I like her because I asked her, I said, do you love Jordan? She said, yes. I said, do you love my kids? She said, yes. I said, okay. I'm gonna give you full custody. I'm gonna step back. Okay, y'all. And I feel like you're a genuine person and I'm happy as you. I'm not gonna act like it don't hurt. It hurt to know that my kids got a stepmama now. But I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still feel a way. I'm tore up, y'all. Because we was married, y'all. This shit don't go away. It don't just go away overnight. I'm not gonna act like it don't hurt. To know that you playing mommy to my kids when I'm not there. But I'm happy as you. And I hope it's genuine. I hope you really do love my kids because I like you. And I'm giving you my blessing. So yeah, y'all, I am a little tore up, but it ain't like on some heartbroken shit where I'm tore up about him moving on. That's not the case. I'm just tore up that I did not know that my kids was, you know what I'm saying, being nurtured by somebody else. And that's them feelings are valid. Here's, bro, this some real shit. Before we got up from the table, I told her, I'm looking her dead in her eyes. I said, listen, I like you, and I feel like you're a genuine person, and I'm happy as you. I'm not gonna act like it don't hurt. it hurt to know that my kids got a stepmama now. But I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still feel a way. I'm told y'all. Because we was married, y'all. This shit don't go away. It don't just go away overnight. I'm not gonna act like it don't hurt. To know that you playing mommy to my kids when I'm not there.
What that mean?
I'm really trying to understand what the fuck she talking about. Like, what is she saying?
What that mean?
I'm toe up. She sound like Miss Seeley and shit on Color Purple. I telling you, y'all, I'm toe up from the flow up. What are you talking about? Can you make, I don't know what the hell is going on here.
What that mean?
All right, so let's break it down. I followed it a little bit. I speak a little bit country. All right, I speak a little bit country. All right, what had happened was she was married to a guy previously. They produced children. They reproduced. They apparently divorced or broke up. He's with another woman. The other woman, she met her for a beer or dinner or a crab boil, lobster boil or some shit. They went and ate crawfish together. You saw that earlier. Let me show you. They went to the goddamn seafood boil. All right, let me see if I can turn it down. I'll show you here in a second here. Yeah, he got a better woman. That's why she's on here showing her body. She thought, oh wait, you can't see it. Hold on for a second. There it is right there. All right, so she up here showing her body. She's a little bit, he got a better woman. She probably prettier, maybe more light-skinned. All right, and so she in her fifis right now. So that's what's going on. And he met the bitch. They had drinks in a fucking seafood boil. We're going to see what happens next here. Let's see. Where is it at? Come on, man. Get to it. Chocolate. All right. Where is that? Chocolate latte. There they are. Right there. That's the seafood boil. And as you can see, she light-skinned, prettier. All right. Prettier. And, she done got drunk off the Henny. She done had too much Henny. And guess what? Since she met them, what's happening is he probably had 50% custody. She's probably younger and she probably is nice. She didn't have no attitude. She probably was in this country. And what's happening is now she's upset because now she knows she can't throw a monkey wrench in there. She can't act toxic. So I'll give her that. She's not acting toxic. Now, the confusing part as to why she would give up full custody. But it sounds like that the new family wanted full custody. So it sounds like maybe the father said, hey, we got a new family now. Now, I've actually encouraged women to do this because this woman now is going to be off on your own, girl. All right, so this woman right here is going to be off on her own, and she'll probably try to accelerate finding a new relationship, and finding a new relationship when you have any level of custody is difficult. So what'll happen is, I said, if you want to find your man, you got to give up full custody for a period of time to find that new man. And it sounds like they might have been putting pressure on her. And so she said, I'm going to give you full custody. But it also sounds like she about to be living her best life. All right. She's about to live her best life. And, so it will allow her. So I don't know how old the kids are. I'm just as confused as you from these details. But this is what she chose to do. I'm going to give her full custody, which I don't think is a bad idea. If the father wanted that to be the case. He now has a 2-parent household, and it's going to be better to raise the kid there as opposed to them shuffling back and forth. So it sounds like that side of the family wanted to do that, and she encouraged it. Yeah, interesting, huh? All right, he was like, yeah. All right. He got a nice little light skin. All right, there it is right there. All right, she look okay. I can't tell, but black women tend to be packing a little bit of extra pounds. They're a little bit more curvier.
Big back, big back, big back, big back.
All right, black women just a little bit more fat. You know what I mean? That's just how they are. But niggas like it like that. And she's not that fat, coach. She's not that fat. In that sausage casing right now. Take that shirt off. I bet you it'd be like a busted Pillsbury biscuit can. And that's just the light-skinned chick. You know what I mean? Not to mention the other chick. All right, she definitely gonna try to be a big back too. Look at them shoulders. Linebacker U. Yes, indeed. Linebacker United.
Big back, big back, big back, big back.
All right. Anyway, these are two lovely women, Coach. Coach, these are two lovely women. And she even blanked her. She seems like a good old country girl. I need me a good old country ass girl. I need me a good country girl. I need me a girl who know how to cook that food. Mm-hmm. All right. She'd be like, hi, sweetie pie. You know who I'm talking about. I've showed you before what type of country girl I like. You know, I want a big country biscuit eating ass girl with the big ankles and shit. And she be wearing the little pumps. You know who I'm talking about. She get dressed up and then she wear a skirt. She get dressed up traditional, wear a skirt, but that should be all up on her booty like this. All right. You know what I was talking about. She be wearing the little thing where she, you know, the little jacket, blouse and shit. And she be coming in. She be just cooking, just big ass, big country girl. I need a big country girl with the big cankles. Where you at, sisters? I asked for y'all before and y'all was quiet. I'm going to cheat on you, though. I'm going to just let you know. I'm definitely going to cheat on you. So don't think it's going to be monogamous. All right? And sometimes I might not get it up for you. But I need me a big old country girl. Big country booty. Big country titties. Blow. Yes, indeed. And she going to be black. Yeah, I want a big black country girl ass beach. All right, you know who I'm talking about. All right. Big ham hock calves and shit. Cankles. Just big. Not fat, sloppy. She just a big girl. You know what I mean? The type that be sitting in Enabina, Mississippi, just sweating and shit. She be with the fan at church. Oh, hi, sugar. Titty sweating. You come up to her and give her a hug, and it just be big titties like. You know, that girl. You can't even get around the... All right, you got to hug her from the side. Big one. And then you see her, and then titty sweat just be like right down her titties. Right? You see the titty sweat from Enabina, Mississippi. Any girls from Mississippi? All right. All right, I need one of them big auntie ass bitches. A sweet girl. She got to be a sweetheart, though. I don't want no deep voice, aggressive, masculine, feminist. I need girl with the titty sweat going down and shit. And she be like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, them girls. You know what I'm saying? Big girls. Where they at? All right, I want to see her. Let me at her. All right. You know, she be cooking up some storm in there. She be cooking all her life with no air conditioning. It just be hotter than July. Up in our house. Anyway, anybody seen this? I don't know. I'm trying to be nice here. All right, it's the evil world we live in. We have divorce on the horizon. Oh no, this is sad here. Somebody says she's heartbroken. She'll never post a man again after breakup with her secret boyfriend. Yeah, it's Bobby Altoff. You guys know her as the Millie Mouth Muskrat who does reaction videos, but she has the, she kind of does like the funny Marco reaction video. Look at that mayonnaise right there. Yummy, yummy. That is definitely a case of sloppy yogurt right there. All right, she got her body done too. She got some curves. I see her. She got the mommy makeover. The itty bitty titty committee. Yes, look at all that mayonnaise right there. And of course, her secret boyfriend is a ninja.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
There it is. Now, this is a case of when wives get, they figure out that there's a world out there for them.
In these streets.
They divorce their husband and they think they're going to get a good soft landing spot when they get out here. Especially then if they start dating niggas. They don't realize it's pump and dump season.
In these streets.
And Bobby Altoff is just getting pump and dumped. She thought she was just going to just go, oh, okay, Drake wants me. I'm going to go get rid of my corny Brad husband. That's not how that works. So since Drake pumped and dumped her and gave her a little money, bought some punani allegedly from Bobby, then she went from nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga to, and so then now she's just getting tossed out here. And she's now going, oh no. All right. I'm just out here getting tossed. Yes, ma'am, you are. Let's play the video.
Hard to imagine finding someone who is like truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you.
I would give the pain a 10. A lot of people do tell you it's not that bad and things like that, but me personally, it hurt it really, 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 really bad.
There's really no tea. I have nothing negative to say about said person.
She hurt, y'all. She hurt. She got pumped and dumped. She been getting pumped and dumped for a good 2 years since her divorce. All right, the divorce, well, it's been a year. It's been a year. So she out here getting tossed. Okay, let me see if I can find the husband. The husband won, y'all. I'm telling you, sometimes when you get a divorce, they do you a favor because women be monkey branching. Women be monkey branching. The ex-husband, the you-know-who-ish dude right here, yeah, he won on that one. That was a good win for you, sir. Well played.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Well played. All right. And by the way, Bobby Altoff has been part of our channel for a long time. She was the one that said, make more money, darling. All right. We was on Bobby Altoff for a minute. I didn't realize she ended up being who she was. But she was doing the skit about being the kind of the pensive, sarcastic wife. But this is him. This is the best she can do. She got her a starter husband. This is the best she could do. But of course, she got some internet fame and she got some money. And so then she was like, oh, okay, Drake want me. I obviously can level up. And she went to go swing on that branch and the branch broke. And then she was like, oh, well, what's down here at the bottom? All right. Now, since, women think because they got money, they can just choose their guy. I pick you. All right. And then the guy says, okay, pumping up season. And she be hurt. Oh, no, she bad.
Gotcha, bitch.
And damn, she got her lips and nose and everything done. Still looking like mayonnaise. All right, but let's see here, man. She mad than a motherfucker.
Me and my ex-husband broke up in July of 2023, and I didn't talk to anybody else or anything for about a year after.
Lies.
And I got lonely. Met a guy.
Okay, hold up.
Around Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. So look, she said I didn't talk to anyone, but you was getting your cheeks clapped.
Gotcha, bitch.
You got rid of your husband July of 2023. Y'all got officially divorced in 2024. Probably at the end of 2024. But between there, you was getting them cheeks clapped. We know that.
Gotcha, bitch.
You was getting pumped and dumped out here. There was allegedly Drizzy was supposed to have got the mayonnaise, them uncooked Cinnabons. So I've been lonely. I didn't talk to nobody for a year and a half. Then I met this guy, and he's the only one I fucked. Lies.
Gotcha, bitch.
Lies. She lying, y'all. We know this is a lie. She been out here in these streets.
I'm going to the streets. End of story.
Yeah, your daughter Richard, huh?
And I think things moved really fast. I don't know. I thought it was fucking fate. Clearly it wasn't. It was really sweet, really fucking thoughtful. And he just was very thoughtful. And I think that it raised the bar for me, which sometimes sucks because then it's like, fuck. I didn't want the bar to be raised at all. But nevertheless, it didn't work out. He broke up with me. Then he undid his breakup. Then I broke up with him. Oh. And then when I tried to undo my breakup, there was no undoing it. He was done. So yeah, that's the tea. Back at it. Dating is just hard, you guys.
Now, dating is just hard. All right, but you thought it was about to be easy street. All right, you was like, I'm going to just come on out here. Everybody want me. I'm famous. People know me. I'm infamous. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to just come out here and call my shot. I can be in my nigga season. You know what I mean? I can be with these rappers and people. They like me. The black community accepted me. Nah, they just want some of that you-know-who-ish gefilte fish. That's all they want.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
They want some gefilte fish. All right, that's all it is. They never had gefilte fish. I mean, they did, because gefilte fish is, them who-ish girls always throwing it on ninjas. All right, trying to get them a ninja. But you just should have just stayed with Mr. Matzo Balls over here, but you didn't.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
All right, now you out here caught in limbo. All right, hey, man, look, ex-husband, you won, sir. You won. And now she out here dating is hard.
I don't know, because I know people are going to be like, just focus on your kids and you don't need anybody. I get it. I know. I love my kids.
Too late.
I'm a really fucking good mom, and I don't have to prove that to you guys. And their dad's a great dad, and he does a great job with them. He's an incredible dad. I have zero complaints about us as co-parents. That said, I was 21 when we met. He was 30. I was really young. I was immature. And our kids are so much better off.
Better off what?
With us apart.
Shit. This is so predictable. This is so predictable, bruh. Now she's going back. I was young. I was a virgin. I didn't know better. He was older than me. And in my brainstem, okay, my frontal lobe. My frontal lobe hasn't developed. Even my brainstem, too. Now, all of a sudden, all right, I was young. I didn't know what I was doing, and I got together, and the kids are better off that we're divorced. Actually, they're better off when you're together playing traditional role. But you wanted to be out here in these streets getting your gefilte fish clap.
In these streets.
Out here trying to be like, we're better off apart. Yeah, your kids are better off living in a backpack while you getting tossed by rappers. I'm pretty sure this is going to be great for them, yes.
So I'm going to go back to dating again because I don't think because my first relationship didn't work out and I have kids, that means that I need to be single for the rest of my life.
Yep, that's what you going to be. At least you admits it right here. That's what you going to be. You fixing to be single your whole life. Welcome to a real world. You had your chance right here. This is it, all right? But you was like, level up, level up, level up, level up. You fixing to be single the rest of your life. And certainly, I don't know if you got the news, but black men don't marry, all right? They don't marry. I mean, they're the least likely to get married of all of the racial groups of people here. They'll slang dick around, but they don't get married. Now, the person that gets married least are black women, all right? So both of these two groups of people that you like, that you think you're going to find comfort in long-term relationships, are least likely to have long-term relationships. They have the worst relationship rate with themselves, amongst themselves. Imagine outside of that. But you had a nice little Jewish boy right here. All right.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
And Bobby, come drop some of that mayonnaise off on me. All right. I'll dust that off. I'll pick up that slack.
So hopefully I find someone. I tear up every time I say that because I don't believe I'm going to.
Nope, you're not. All right, that's it. Pack it up. You're going to find dick out here. That's what you're going to find. Bobby, you're going to find dick. All right, that's what you're going to do. You're going to get a lot of it. A lots of it. And they're going to be lines of them. Commitment in long-term relationships? Nope, you're not. It's an evil world we live in. We have Pop the Balloon reaction. All right, Coach, Pop the Balloon reaction. Let's see what this is right here. She popped the balloon because he's too put together. All right, this is the man there. Damn, okay. All right, he got the wavy hair. All right, look at the hairlines. People got their crispy shit hairlines in. All right, look at this attire right here. Niggas went to Macy's before the show. Shout out to Macy's. All right, look at him. Let me see the slacks, brother. Okay, I can't see it. All right, he got the watch. That looks like an Apple Watch. All right, brother. All right, let's see the sister. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Wowzers. Look at that. Ooh, she got the saggy waggies. Oh, boy. She definitely has children, man. That is a woman that is breastfed. And take a look at that cup right there. You know, she's got a dress that's supposed to give her some apple push-up of the titties, but them some deflated titties in there, bruh. Oh, no. Yeah, she done breastfed. Them titties gave up. And when that little corset comes out, them titties about to look like flapjacks. Oh, no. All right, so take a look at the sister. Nice hair. It ain't hers, but shout out to her here. Okay, she got skinny arms. I'll give her that. I see a little collarbone. But boy, them flapjacks about to, ooh, wait. Diana Ross wig. All right, so I gave honest criticism between both of them. All these ninjas, is mock turtlenecks coming back? Apparently mock turtlenecks are coming back. These brothers look, okay, they crispy. All right, there we go right there. All right, these brothers, man, shout out to the young brothers here. All right, let's see what happened.
Hey, so why was your balloon unpopped for her?
She's beautiful. I like her dress.
Thank you.
And her whole attire. And her questions are deep too.
Yeah, definitely. So why did we end up popping his?
I don't know what it is. I think because you are very too put together. I like them a little rough, a little tough. You're very pristine and
Oh, trust me. Watch the intro of this video.
You look good, but it's just too put together for me.
I got you.
Okay. Hey, so why was your balloon unpopped for her?
They're not as deflated as I thought. Maybe that was the angle. They weren't as deflated as I thought right there. All right, but we need some braces for that underbite right here, sister. Hey, black people, come in, bring it in for a second. Black folks, get your kids some braces. I'm gonna have this conversation again. This is when I say, when y'all tell me I can live off $3,000 in Tupelo, Mississippi, we have to get, this woman will be attractive. We have to get our kids some braces, man. We cannot send these people out here like this. 5th grade, 6th grade, put a couple of thou, get some health, get some dental insurance. Put some braces on your kid's face. Okay, because this is ridiculous, man. This is what makes people, y'all not even trying out here. Y'all not even trying. You guys have kids and invest nothing into these kids. They don't need all that. Put some braces on these people's teeth. She's got a horrible underbite right here. That if she fixed it, she would at least look, I mean, she would, her attractiveness rate would go up a point or two. All right, because we got to stop this, man. I mean, this is not good here. It's not fair to the person. Now she's got to walk around here and buy her own braces, which she won't. But that mandible claw gonna be a little, you can't even get the mandible claw on the bitch. You can't even get the mandible claw. All right, black folks, get your men, black men. You're having babies out here. You're fucking them up, walking around here with this skull. Imagine what her skull looks like. It looks like a monkey, okay? I didn't say she looked like a monkey because her skull probably looks like a monkey. All right, let's get our teeth fixed, man. Let's invest in our kids. This shit is crazy, bro. All right, but enough about that, man. This is crazy out here. What's going on?
She's beautiful. I like her dress.
Thank you.
And her whole attire. And her questions are deep too.
Yeah, definitely. So why did we end up popping his?
I don't know what it is. I think because you are very too put together. I like them a little rough, a little.
All right, so we discussed this. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday when I said these songs destroyed relationships in the black community. All right, they destroyed them. And one of them was Roughneck. All right, one of them was Roughneck. And she just described that exact same conditioning. All right, I like him a little bit more rough. Why would you like a rough guy?
Well, tough. You're very pristine and
Oh, trust me.
All right. I mean, her titties aren't as saggy as I thought them. But why would you like a rough guy? All right, this is crazy. So not only do you have a jaw of the monkey, all right, now you want him to be an orangutan. You want him to be Crash Out Pookie. Crash Pookie Coop. Crash Out Pookie. What is going on? Now you're like, oh, you're too put together. You're too buttoned up. I just can't take it. I need a nigga that's rough. He don't got his license plate. His license plate's done expired. All right, you got to be that type of guy. Choke me out type of shit, and I'll get her neck. This is a disgrace, man. You want a hood, and she's put together. She's got a buttoned up. But, of course, now she's like, but I still like them rough. Pookiphilia. Pookiphilia. This is sad indictment. I like a roughneck.
Watch the intro of this video.
You look
look at those teeth.
good, but it's just too put together for me.
I got you.
And is he that put together? I mean, he looks good here because he's on the show. He probably could. He presented himself well. Like, man, you brothers, man. It's evil. It's an evil world.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, this is crazy. All right, we got this woman out here that says similar right here. Take a look at this. Man, y'all cooked out here, brothers, man. I know y'all like black women. But sometimes they're their own worst enemy, man. You literally are making a deal with the devil. All right, listen to this, guys.
I hated my healthy relationship. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Everything seemed extremely foreign to me. I even remember at the beginning of my relationship, I'm like, hey, there's a part of me inside that does not like you. And I said it with like a comical relief, but I was really serious. Like, there was a part of me that did not like this person, did not like how he held me accountable. I did not like how he held a mirror to my face. I did not like how he created situations where I had to be at my full potential and I just was not ready to be my full potential at that moment. I hated my healthy relationship.
But we knew this. We knew this. Now, what's going to happen is when she turns 35 or she out here and she a single mom, she going to switch up. She going to go back and say, I want someone healthy and stable and not toxic. So once she gets beat up and choked, right? Once she gets pumped and dumped, she's going to go back and have fun, all right? And then realize, damn, I had me one. I hate. But then if they get a loser guy, they'll complain about that. It is tough out here, man. It is tough out here, especially with these. I tell you, the African American, you guys don't realize how you're mentally fucked up. Like, you guys have to go to other countries to realize that there's people that look like you and they ain't fucked up in the head. All right? Go to African countries and shit. Go to some Caribbean countries. They literally are cool with it. All right? The African American needs to be studied under a microscope. All right, too much freedom. All right, I can see why people be wanting to lock y'all up. All right, but too much freedom of thought. Nah, hell nah. Too many options. Once you give them options, they get the paradox of choice and fuck their life up. And then blame everybody else for the mistakes. Blame everybody else for the mistakes. And many of us have tried to be these guys. You tried to be put together. You tried to be responsible. And then they go out there and get a soldier. They go out there and be like, oh, hell no. They fight you too. They fight you and you were getting it for free. And they fighting you. They're like fighting you. And you're like, why are you fighting me? They're really fucked up. They gone. You're trying to make something. You're trying to make something out of nothing. You're trying to pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes. They cooked. Sorry, y'all. These people are broken. Somebody said it sounded like David Carroll there. Shout out to him. All right. And rest in peace to him. But yes, when I was in Brazil, I was having a conversation with another brother. And he was like, man, but the African American is fucked up in the head. We're mentally broken. And you don't see it until you go somewhere else. You don't see it. But you got to go see it. You got to see it for what it is. And it's a spectacular thing to see. And you're going to come back and be like, yes, I see it. Broken. And this comes from years and years of, you don't have 200 and 300 years of slavery and then Jim Crow and Reconstruction. And then we just experienced our biggest amount of freedom in the last 40 years. Okay. And think that people are going to be acting right. People are really broken. In the broken homes, 70% broken homes, broken families, 70%. Whatever the data is, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, broken people. completely misled, led astray. And now that you have your freedom, now they're up here openly admitting that, yep, I'm fucked up in the head. Right here. This is crazy. This is just crazy to hear, because we know later in life, she's going to hold men accountable. These men need to be accountable for being better men. And she literally had one. Not only just her, Bobby Altoff. Look. Even she did the same thing. Too much freedom. Too much. And then you guys are trying to figure out how to survive. When I say you need 100K, it seems impossible. And unfortunately, it should be possible if you had two people. It would be highly possible to be able to survive. But I just don't see where two people will be in this type of stable relationship long term. You can't even depend on it. It's just too much corruption. Too much corruption. And somebody said we were fine until the 60s. That's when integration happened. Soon as integration happened, and there can be a case, I've seen people argue this, and I don't have a definitive opinion, meaning I don't have a 100% opinion. But when integration happened, okay, overwhelmingly in this country, when the you know who pushed for integration, it was a wrap, because then that woman got to see and express her hypergamy. That woman was loose from the man at that point. It far benefited her from being without absent of the man. All right. This was also the migration from the South. That then led to integration, or what you believe was integration. It was not integration in any realm. It was definitely more you moving to places and segregating from there. So, and the civil rights movement, there's a case to say it was more hurtful than helpful. Martin Luther King even admitted this. I led my people into a burning building. All right. So, you know, you're seeing this play out even in relationships. And remember what I said, the black community is ground zero for what you'll see in the greater United States. It happened. It always starts in the black community. Everything culturally, entertainment-wise, musically, starts in the black community. And I call it the black community is a microcosm of the greater United States. Now, the upper middle class and the upper class are immune from this. This is why they move to the suburbs and the gated community, and they have white flight and they go to good schools. But the rest of the culture, the 85% of people, the 80%, the black community is ground zero. So whatever happens there eventually will be seen and played out in greater communities, in the greater community. And I can give you an example. I mean, there was a time, hold on for a second. Let me see here. See if I can pull this up. Let's see if I can pull this up. There was a time that cars had wheels like this, okay? There was a time that a car came with, this is the wheels. All right, they was like, what the fuck? And then niggas started lowering the car because the tires, no air in the tire. They started putting rims and spinny rims and Daytons, and so did the Mexicans. All right. But they started to dress up their cars and shit, making them low profile, making them different than the norm. All right. And it took a while. People were like, why would you put that on a car? Oh, you ruined it. These ninjas will get Lexuses, Toyotas, and lower them and slam them. You know what I mean? And people were like, oh, that's terrible. Until white suburban moms started wanting cool rims on their car. It takes a while. It takes about 10 or 15 years for whatever the hood is doing in the black community to do. They'll first reject it. They'll first say no, and then they'll eventually copy it. All right? They'll eventually accept it into the norm. Music, entertainment, comedy. Black people were kind of the first ones to just be like, we gonna curse all on the records. We gonna curse on every record. And It was like, this is terrible. We need to put stickers. Why curse on the records? This is terrible. Now, you cannot find a record where there's cursing, not cursing on it. Even the R&B singers, the white ones, Madonna out here cursing on records. Everybody curses on records. But it was passé. It's like, oh, we need to stop this. We need to prevent it. Then they start doing it. Same thing as slang. Bling, bling. Bling, bling. You know what I mean? And they're like, ugh, this is terrible. All right, what does even bling, bling mean? 5, 10, 15 years later, bling, bling. Like, the society will eventually catch up to the black community, whatever they're doing. The strong woman, the strong independent woman started in the black community. And you know who gave them that? New world order. All right. You know who gave them that? Everybody's like, oh, these strong women. Until white women be like, I admire her courage. I wish I could be like you. And then eventually they'll divorce their husband and shit and be looking stupid out here too. Right? They'll watch Oprah. Oh, Oprah, I wish I had the courage of you and your other black women out here. Meanwhile, the black women living in Section 8. The white woman don't know that. She'll go out there and tell her husband, I've had it enough. All right, Miss Sealy will divorce her husband and I'll do it too. And then now she out here on Section 8. Right? It happens in the hood first. And then eventually the white society will do it and mimic it and shit. And then they'll get it fucked up and they're like, oh, these niggas, you know. It's been something that is the basis, the foundation of America. Unfortunately, the broken women of America leading these women astray. Lead them astray. All right, terrible, man. Like, who comes out here? Like, this is awful. And think of the guy who's been, remember when I said you'll break up or you'll get a divorce and you won't know why until 5, 10 years down the line. Then you hear her admitting this shit. You know what happened? She can't get no more child support. So now she's going to sit here and admit it and say, damn, this didn't turn out how I liked it. I didn't think it would turn out this way. So I'm going to have some introspection. I'm going to heal. And she's not healing. She's evil.
I hated my healthy relationship. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Everything seemed extremely foreign to me. I even remember at the beginning of my relationship, I'm like, hey, there's a part of me inside that does not like you. And I said it with like a comical relief, but I was really serious. Like, there was a part of me that did not like this person, did not like how he held me accountable. I did not like how he held a mirror to my face. I did not like.
You know how much stress she put this man through? Do you know how much stress she put that man through that she's describing? Because she's cleaning it up. She got that little pretty music on it. She added the music. And I just didn't like the way he put a mirror to my face. It wasn't that easy. He was coming home from his goofy ass job, trying to do what's right, trying to play house and husband. And she was fighting and rebelling and clawing the entire time, cussing him out. You ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. Giving this ninja just pure hell. Pure hell. Calling him, you ain't shit and you ain't got no money enough. I can get another, I can level up. She was giving him pure hell. You can see it on her. And anybody that knows a sister knows she was giving him hell. Not fucking him, not sucking his dick. And it was all her the entire time. Because he was trying to hold her accountable. Ma'am, you're not coming in at 2. Hey, listen. No wife of mine is coming in the house at 2 a.m. Nah, girls' nights out, bad idea. All right, get rid of that skeezer, thought, whore-ass friends you got. You see what I mean? These are the type of shit that he was probably saying. Why you hanging out with them whores? All right, they're whores. They're bad people. And nah, you can't tell me who to hang out with. You can't tell me. And she was hanging out with losers. Girls' nights out. What do you think I'm going to be doing? Sucking off the bartender? Yes, bitch, you will be. Be home by midnight. Be home by 11 a.m., 11 p.m. You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy. tantrums, silent treatment, like sabotaging him, right? She's sabotaging him the entire time, competing with him, challenging. I got more degrees than you. I got more. You know she was giving him hell. Sabotaging him, spitting in his fucking coffee when he didn't know it. And she trying to clean it up. I didn't like how he showed the reflection of me. I didn't like to listen. I didn't like how he challenged me to be better. And then you out here trying to figure out how you fucked up. You're like, what did I do? Everybody blamed you. She dragged you to court. You're just like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And all along, it was you. All along, it was you. What did that sister say? Dr. Shahrazad Ali. They don't really go past 13 or 14. I mean, that's most people in America at this point. Yep, calling the police on him, filing false police reports, recording him, triggering him, gaslighting him, manipulating him. Just think of all the shit that he had to put up with as she's saying this. This is atrocious.
How he created situations where I had to be at my full potential. And
you're too good for me. You expect too much from me. All right. I don't deserve somebody like you. She just wants to be out here like this woman. All right. Like this woman right here. I need a thug. I need a roughneck. Why? Because she can manipulate and control the roughneck. She can trigger and gaslight him and he won't know it. All right. Eventually, a person that will challenge her to be her full potential. You just want to be skinny. All right. It's okay. Black women are naturally fat. All right. You just, well, I can't be like those white girls. And guess who's sabotaging? Her mother, her friends. They sabotaging the nigga right behind his back. He just wants me to do this and do that. All right. He expects too much from me. This shit is crazy, bro. This is a nightmare.
I just was not ready to be my full potential.
I wasn't ready at that moment. Fuck it. I ain't ready for this. Now she's ready, guys. Now at 35, she got a collar on, a choker. She done been thotted out, collected some herpes. Now she's ready.
And that's you.
Yep, fucking up his money. Fucking up his money. He like, bitch, how we gonna save? We need to save $200 a month. She fucking it up. Now she wants, now the next guy she wants somebody that can accept her for all her flaws and shit. I figured it out. I was too young. I was young at the time. You know, he was 30, I was 21. And I just, he just expected too much of me at
that moment. I hated my healthy relationship.
This is why they be in therapy all the time. This is one of the secrets in men. Yes, we can all suffer or serve from some help. All right, we all need help out here. Help. But this is why you constantly hear them saying they're in therapy. I'm in therapy. I've been doing the work. You know why? Because they be out here sabotaging shit. They be out here doing some wild, wicked shit that they got to go ahead. They cannot tell you why they're in there. What are you in therapy for? They can't tell you the trains and orgies and the whole ass nights and girls' nights out and shit that they didn't have. They can't tell you about the evil shit that they did to other people and seeing them die, seeing them stress the fuck out, see them crash out. Okay? And then she done ruin people's lives. Right, on her own bullshit. So now she need to see a therapist, and you guys need to see a therapist too. Yeah, because you in here fucking people's lives up. So I probably was a victim. This is wild. I'm glad. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for the internet, because y'all men will act like I'm making shit up. Yep, cheating on the husband. I cheated too, but I mean, I probably was cheating on her too. But these are the people that we say, and I show you different people all the time. This is why I keep coming on the show. I show you different people admitting to some of the most toxic things that have caused you stress, grief, trauma. And they're out here just freely admitting it with some piano in the background. Yeah, you know. And I'm like, dude, imagine. You were like, I just want to make this wonderful, pretty woman my wife. And she out here with the fucking spirit of Jezebel. Just out here to destroy. right here. The whole time, she just destroying you. And gentlemen, you're also picking up this slack when you date women that did this already. Because they're doing this at great rates that you didn't even know and blaming men the entire time. Then you pick up this slack. Oh, what's wrong with a 37-year-old woman? What's wrong with a 42-year-old woman? That's what's wrong. You're not going to be prepared for what you're getting into. Could she have learned her lesson? Maybe, but probably not. Because then you'll be like, how is this woman single? I know why they're single. They fucked up in the head. New world order. It's obvious to me. I just can't be out here finding a man. I just can't find the right guy. Yeah. Because guys, once they get older, they won't let you fuck their world up. All right. And so they'll be like, nah, fuck it. I'll go to the JUCO. I'll go to get younger women. I'll go to the Philippines. All right. Nah, forget it. Guys know. We instinctually know that something ain't making sense. You're like, why is she single? And I just can't find nobody. And there ain't nobody that will do up and step up a bit. We know. I know. I ain't gambling and picking up no slack on a woman that's 35 and up. Fuck no. 35 and up is a dangerous place to be, bro. Because these women have all just left a whole graveyard full of men. Left them broke, left them destitute, left them confused, left them triggered, left them emotionally damaged. Trust me, I'm not lying. You're hearing this woman say it, by the way. Not that woman. That's the main event. You're hearing this woman say it. You're hearing this woman say it. You're hearing this woman. I just gave you 3 examples. I just gave you 3 examples in 1 hour to prove my case. And when they get up here, they sound all sweet. And, you know, I just did this and my brainstem, okay, my frontal lobe, and I was young. And they'll come up with 50-11 excuses of why they want to fuck their life up. And yours. It's terrible, man. You young guys do not know what you're getting into. You guys don't know you don't know what you're getting into. Let's do the 50 Cent. The women in my life bring confusion and shit. So like Nino and New Jack, I'll cancel that bitch. I mean, and men, there's men watching me right now that are in relationships like this, and you're taking the blame. What did this woman say? This beautiful mulatto right here. This woman said, I couldn't be a man. Why? Because the way we're judged, what they put on our shoulders is just unfair. She was like, I could never do it. Because you can't win. You're going to fucking take a L. You can't win. Yep, she's a man eater. All right, let's get to the next one, main event, and then we'll move it on here. You guys traditional relationships? You guys want traditional? Well, traditionalism is dead. I told you guys it's gone. All right, except for I've said this as well, so let's clear up the message. Where's the main event bell? All right, it ain't here. All right, there it is right there. All right, I've said this right here. Traditionalism is dead. The only place that it will somewhere be alive is the elite class. Upper, middle class, and elite. They'll still play traditionalism. Even if they're, cheating on each other, they're still going to have the basis of traditionalism as their basis. That's going to be their foundation. Just think like Trump and Melania. Oh, well, they are not perfect, and she's a mail order bride. They're not going to be out here destroying their marriages in public and dragging people. They'll go and pay girls, then pay girls off and divorce them and give them $1 million and sign non-disclosure agreements and prenups. They're not going to fuck it up. They're not out here trying to live independent. In fact, you will rarely see men at that level being free agents. They'll still have the wife. And then they'll go to Brazil and they'll be at a brothel. They'll be at a brothel. All right, get massages and they meat fixed. All right, but they'll still have the traditionalism as a front. When you go down to the working class, the middle class, you're seeing traditionalism die at a rapid rate. So men that are wanting that, you're just a hard hat. You're a blue collar guy. It's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard because you just have a mindset of women that have a paradox of choice. What do they have? Options in front of them. They almost all of them are working. Almost all of them are working, and your income cannot support it. Yeah, they got the money for traditional. You don't. You don't have it. Okay, you're making living off the 3K, and you want a woman to make you a sandwich. Good luck. You want a woman to, wash your socks and fold your drawers. All right, it's dead. It's dead. It's not going to be available for the masses going forward. The masses, this is going to be a fucking thing of the past. And it's what you have to adjust to. So you better figure out what you want to do. Let's talk about this. This is the black community again, the ground zero. This is Cheryl Lee Ralph. For those that don't know, this is an accomplished actress. I can't name anything she's been in as a recent, but she's very fit woman. I think she dated that Taekwondo ninja, whatever that guy was. He be on Vlad TV all the time. Cheryl Lee Ralph, she really goes back to the 80s and somewhat the 90s. Let's see how old she is, as a matter of fact. Let me see here. I can't even name some shit that she's been in, but I've seen her a lot of times. I've seen her a long time. I can't name what she's 68 years old. All right, 68 years old. That's a good looking 68 for her, but you can tell there's a lot of silly putty on that face and a lot of wig. She looking good though. Give it up to her, man. And she's probably in good shape too. So I give it up to her. I won't talk about her too much. Is she in Abbott Elementary? Okay, so she is on something current. No, the guy that I was thinking about is she played on Moesha. Okay, so she was on Moesha. I really can't name anything. She goes back to the 70s. Shout out to Cheryl Lee Ralph. All right. Michael Jai White, I believe they had a little fling. That's who I was thinking about. Michael Jai White, if I'm not mistaken, I think he used to bang her out. But that might be a rumor here. But go check it out. But now she's on Abbott Elementary. Okay, so let's hear her say right here. She explains why she and her husband have never lived together. Never lived together. Traditionalism is dead, y'all. Okay.
Very fortunate. The man that I am married to, Senator Vincent Hughes, 7th Senatorial District of Philadelphia, he has his own life. I have my own life. He has his own real career. I have my own real career. He has his light to stand in. I have my light to stand in. So he is not looking at me, thinking about status or this or that. He's doing his thing. I get to do my thing. We also live in separate places. When I go to see him, love to see him. When it's time to leave, bye-bye, see you soon. I'm telling you, life is good. Perfect. I get to be the real good wife. I'm very fortunate. The man that I am married to,
all right,
Senator Vincent Hughes.
All right, let's stop it right there. All right, shout out to Senator Vincent Hughes. All right, so, people are going to say maybe he's hiding something. Maybe she's his beard. They're cheating. They're definitely got, this is definitely an open relationship. That's not being said or expressed. So this is an open relationship more than likely. And they're there for convenience or business reasons. And they serve to help each other. All right. And I don't mind this type of relationship at all. I think, men would have preferred this type of relationship from the beginning. Of course, when we talk about how relationships have progressed and what we see as alternative relationships, it is women driving these. When you're hearing ethical non-monogamy, you're hearing hookup culture. It is these type of marriage, non-traditional marriages, partnerships, all of these things that have now changed the dynamic of the relationship. The women have accepted it. Whereas if the men would have brought it to the table, the women would have said, Why? Because they would have been disadvantaged. Today, they're at an advantage, right? They can make their own money, have their own career, have their own light, have their own status. They can have their own communities and celebrate, people celebrate them on social media. So they don't need men for that at all anymore. So now it looks like, hey, let's have poly, ethical non-monogamy, partnership. Let's have live in separate homes. Let's have open relationships. You see what's happening? And this is basically Briefolds Law played out, which Briefolds Law says the woman dictates the rules of the sex and the interaction. If they don't see any benefit from any interaction, they will not interact. So they're actually bringing in concepts and accepting them as norm or not as taboo, whereas it would have been taboo if you were to did it. Yep. It would have been taboo in 1990 for me to say, hey, I'm going to marry you and we're going to live separately. The women would have been like, what kind of shit is this? It is now acceptable for women who have successful careers and higher status and all that for them to bring prenups. Women are like, oh, it's only smart. All right, I wouldn't get married without a prenup. Whereas in the 90s, it would have been hard to convince women to sign a prenup. All right, they would be like, why do you not think our relationship is going to work? But in today's world, women have money, they have jobs and status and careers. So they're like, sign a prenup. It only makes sense. I would never. So they're now coaching them to sign prenups. But the prenups protect them, not you. All right, so as a result here, there are other couples that are doing this. And now most of these are older couples, but I think the Lakers owner. All right, let me see here. Lakers owner, husband. It's Jeannie Buss. Let me see here. Jay Moore and Jeannie Buss. They actually have the same arrangement. All right, let's go ahead and show you that right there. All right, they have the same arrangement where she's married, but it says right here they have a strange living arrangement. It's still considered strange, but it says right here, Lakers owner Jeannie Buss and her husband Jay Moore, actor, comedian, have a very strange living arrangement in which they live in the same building, but they live in separate apartments. Okay? Right now, we live in a building that has 3 units. So I live on the top floor and Jay lives on the first floor. And so there's a couple that lives in between us. So we live together. We are at the same address, except I'm in unit 3 and he's in unit 1. Okay? Now, for me, like I said, I would have certainly said, hey, this is game in my first marriage. I would have been like, yeah, let's explore this. Maybe have a separate apartment that somebody can go to and decompress and stuff like that. But I highly doubt that that would have been acceptable in that day, in the year 2000, in 2006, 2003, 1998. Okay, people were not living like that. But now that women get to come in there with their partnership and have their own light, they're like, let's just do it like this. Now, again, you say, why be married? All right, you know what I mean? Why be married? But what we have to understand is, since it now is women bringing it in, you're not going to get the same benefit, right? Like, let's go back to the 90s and prior. If men did this and set these up, you know what will be happening? You be clapping mad cheeks, and potentially she would lose you. Why? Because she makes less money. Her status is low. She's going to lose you. She'd be less likely to cheat, although she could. But she's too busy thinking about you cheating and her losing you as you bring the secretary from your job and bang her out because the wife is not there. So she's going to look at that as a loss. She's like, nah, I'm going to lose you. Today, it's the opposite. The men would be sitting up wondering about all that dick she's going to be taking, because she's going to be taking dick, because women have status. They outside. They have the ability to grab. They have less of this desire to be faithful and monogamous. They're going to be fucking more dudes than you can ever fuck. Women, right? They'll fuck more men in their house than you can ever fuck women, the average guy. It's an L for you. So that's why you're saying, hey, I would do it, but she going to be running mad pipe in her place, and you ain't going to be able to keep up or compete.
Trying.
You'll be sitting up thinking about all the dick she taking. All right. You be outside looking out the window like you be sitting in front of her house watching niggas come and go. All right. Like Bobby Altoff. You be sitting outside her house. You be sitting outside her house watching niggas come and go. All right. The only you go listen. And this is where open relationships hurts men today. Then it doesn't hurt women today. It hurts men today, because if you ever said, get into an open relationship, and you say to your wife today, most men, hey, I want an open relationship. You are going to see your wife get dick down so bad so bad right in your face. She gonna be going out on dates with other dudes right in your face. She be like, all right, bye, honey. You know, we have this open relationship. I have a date. I was on a Tinder, right? There was no dating apps in the 90s for the woman could just jump on in Instagram. Today there is. She'd be like, oh, we got an open relationship. Cool. She'd be like, here, all right, I'm going out tonight. All right, I'll be late. I'm going to Rob's house. I'm going to Demetrius' house. And he's gonna fuck me silly. I'll be back. And she coming out, hair curled up, wig all tight, titties up, all that. I'll see you tonight, nigga. You holding a video game controller. Tuck the kids in and get them ready for school tomorrow if I'm not back. And it's going to be a nigga coming in, muscle, six-pack abs, just taking your wife, just beating the brakes off your wife. By the time you get one bitch, she will be ran through by 10 niggas easily without any effort. Without any effort. She going to come back, dick smelling like breath. Breath smelling like dick. All right, she going to come kiss you. How was your night, honey? And you're going to be like, what's that on your breath? Oh, I forgot to mouthwash. I was sucking Rob's. Yeah, you know, you'd be like, oh my God, don't tell me. You won't be able to keep up yourself, and you be like, about that open marriage thing. Hey. All right, look. Let's see. I want to add one more thing to that. I think I wanted to add one more thing to that. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it is. What is the response here? Let's see the response from the women here to this arrangement. This is the dream. See, this is what I tell y'all. Traditionalism is cooked. It's cooked. Okay? Look at this girl. This sounds ideal. Another woman. Sounds like two adults making their marriage work, respecting career choices in each other. Folks get so stuck on tradition, people have to do what works for them. Also, they can afford this. Yeah, being able to afford it is a big deal. Only the secure, mature understand this. You have to be secure and mature to understand this. All right. And remember what I said, the black community is the ground zero for new ideas, new entertainment, new words, vocabularies, and so forth and so on. So if the majority of black women are down for this, that's where society is going. That's where society is going. We've demonstrated this by far. It says, what worked back in the day does not work now. Everyone keeps mentioning the traditional marriage. It has changed. I'm not exaggerating. Kudos to them for doing what's best for their happiness. This video turned me into a fan of hers. OMG. This one says it works for them, and that's all that matters. Some of y'all are with your spouse 24/7, and you're miserable. Let them be great. That's not exactly false. I'm over here just trying to dissect who. Okay, we don't care about that. Sounds real sad to me. Maybe that's just me, and that's a male. No, it's not. Antoinette, that's a female. Good for you and good for anyone who does the complete opposite. This woman says goals. Goals. Love it. Minding your own business and doing what works best for you. Then why get married in the first place? That's the $1 million question there. All right, why get married? Just a question for all those couldn't be me folks. How many of you are in successful marriages while maintaining a very successful career? So you see where people are putting they're putting their interest into their individuality. I was going to say couldn't be me, but I have been divorced twice. So what do I know? Cheers, whatever makes you happy. That's actually true. They are actually saying, look, hey, I've been in traditional marriages and they didn't work. All right. Meanwhile, theirs is working. All right. So much for two becoming one. Sounds like you could have just been the girlfriend forever. Okay. As long as it works for them. My parents were married 25 years until my stepdad passed. And I promise you, they would not have made it that long if he wasn't a long haul truck driver. All right. So because dad was away, the marriage works. All right. Interesting right here. Interesting. Yeah, man. Traditionalism. I don't see it in the future of America. I don't at all. Most people will not get it. You're not getting a traditional marriage. Right. And that's namely because, number one, women have jobs, bro. They got jobs and careers and all that shit. They don't need you like that. Shout out to our brother, the Lurker, says 2025 boss up season. Time to get richer and broader shoulders and bigger houses and a bigger pair of balls for you to suck on. Shout out to you. All right. Shout out to you. And I'm going to have to say pause.
You better boss up, nigga.
Yes, indeed, brothers. Goodness. We got our brother here. J-Day says women are supposed to be a help meet, but men need to first rise from the ground and take the authority to make sense of this wild world. If your woman does not look to you for the definition, if a woman does not look to you for definition, your love is superstition. He says, Coach Gang, free game for those hoe-ass lames. Right now. We're living in a time where a man that has his shit together, he can literally have a concubine. Women are choosing to be in concubines. Real life, real shit. They're choosing to be like, okay, I'll just be a sugar baby to that guy. It's essentially he has his own concubine. And then sometimes she'll have multiple men supporting her. They're like, hey, this is better. This is better than being with a broke guy or a guy trying to rise out the ashes, or this is better than that. They're choosing to be concubines. And so the help me idea is gone. Right? We have partnerships now. I mean, partnership would be the direct opposite of a help me. They're getting into marriages and relationships as partners, not as a help me. So, but I would think overwhelmingly men would want a wife that is dutiful, that is a helpmeet. I don't think women are doing that, especially in the black community. Then when you go to other communities, you're seeing that trickle over as well. All right. It's the truth, man. So it's gone, man. It's gone for the majority of people. Pro LeGrand, I'm a 22-year-old YN. I wear New Balances, not Jordans, golf attire 40% of the time, and grew up playing instruments in the church. I was in an orchestra, marching band, and listened to rock, metal, and country. Grew up because I grew up on pro wrestling, dealing with BW's unrealistic. He says right here, barely like picking them off the Jerk Shack menu. I can understand that. Yeah, man. And people will say, well, you're just bitter. You're just mad because you couldn't get them. I think it's the opposite. It's kind of like, I'd rather not deal with the bullshit. Blue Baggins says, it's not that she was just stressing men out. It's that she was stressing the F out of him for no effing reason. That's the definition of gaslighting and just manipulation. Free agent lifestyle for life. Stressing that man out for no reason. Shout out to our brother here, Craig W. says, shout out to you, coach. I revoked my black card. I no longer identify as black. I no longer identify as part of the black community. Coach, do black people really think Trump is going to take their civil rights away? Certain black people do. All right, they do, but he cannot. All right, so I don't know why people are scared. I think that's people don't understand what a president can and cannot do. He cannot change any federal laws. I mean, he can't do any of it. He doesn't have the power to this. And it just goes to show the ignorance of the average person. You guys don't understand. We have balance of power. We have this. You guys should have took American government class at least your senior year, but you should have learned this at least in the fucking 5th grade. We have 3 branches that run the government. All of them are there to keep the other one in check. No one can go run amok and change a president only has so much reach. All right, this will prevent tyranny. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the structure of our country was really genius by these Freemasons. All right, and many of them young men, some of them 18 to 25 years old, came up with a brilliant construct. Is it perfect? No, but you have the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch. Trump has people that will check keep them in check. Now, the only problem that is against that you would have a counter argument is that Trump does have the House and the Senate, and he also has the advantage to have dominance in the Supreme Court, the judicial. All right, so he has a conservative Supreme Court. He has the executive locked up, and he has the legislative locked up at least for the next 2 years. So that gives you a tremendous advantage to make a lot more changes, all right, how you want it. All right, but he cannot run amok and take people civil rights away. That's a federal law. He has no ability to do so. And by the time he does, they'll vote one of the House and Senate back blue. All right, but that's a huge advantage that he has, to basically the advantage of all three of those branches. So that would be concerning, but he can't do. All right, he can't do what they're saying he can do. He's gonna bring slavery back. This just shows you that people are ignorant. But he can't fuck shit up to have the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court. All right, that he gonna fuck shit up. He definitely gonna kick some ass. All right, shout out to our brother 007 says, damn, CGA, you deserve a standing ovation. He says, what you shared described my marriage and divorce. I lived in shame and defeat after my divorce, questioning for years what I did wrong. Hearing you and other men, I finally accepted that it wasn't me. Keep preaching the truth. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, man. A lot of men have lost faith and belief and esteem in themselves, only for you to realize that you just had someone that was hormonal. She was confused. And let me tell you, for you young men, the woman that you're with, I'm going to remind you, you think, my woman likes me. How old is she? 22, 23. You're 24, 25. Gentlemen, that woman's going to change like crazy by the time she gets to 32. Then she gets to that 35, close to 40, and she's going to have a realization. She's going to panic. All right. And that panic is a result of, and I want you to listen. I don't want to be here long tonight. I'm going to tell you, I used to call it where they go. I used to call it, they would go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what I would say. They would go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. What's happening in her world is that her fertility window is coming to an end. She might be married and have kids. She might have something stable. But in her world, she's going, is this it? Is this the best I can do? Is this person the person I want to go the rest of the way with? So she's going to have a panic. It's going to ensue. It's kind of like a crisis, a midlife crisis. Their midlife crisis happens way before ours, because that fertility window's ending. She also is hitting the wall. She might be getting fatter. She might see she's white. She might be getting more gaunt. Her health, she might have some health issues. And she's going to have this natural inclination to think, I better see if I can get something better, because if I wait 10 years, I won't be able to get something better. Think about this. She's 35. If she says, I'm going to ride this out until 45, and then it doesn't work, it's going to be a little harder, well, a lot harder for her to level up at 45. It's easier for her to level up at 35. So what'll happen is she's had her kids. If she's had her kids, or she got the one kid out of you, okay, she's then going to get nervous. All right. Her younger years to go out and snort coke and drink and party and swing her hair are coming to an end. So she's going to get nervous. She got bunions on her feet, right? Her knees are getting a little bit wobbly, right? And a little bit weak. So, you know what I mean? So she's going, I got to jump now. So she'll get a little skittish and cause problems and shit. And you're here like, what's going on here? You're here trying to keep the shit going, and she's a little skittish. So this is when you see a lot of women jumping out of that first marriage. Right around that age, 32, 35, 40, they're jumping out. Right on time for them to go back out on the marketplace and level up. So this is what's going to happen. Y'all had it good, but she's going to hit that crisis. You're going to see it, man. And that's what we call the marriage wheel, the bait and switch. Then she'll cause conflict and problems, rebel, and it'll be like, what's wrong with this bitch? And she'll be out there, you'll be trying to fucking like put a cat back in the bag. She'll be all clawed out like this, and you're like, why is she tripping? She'll blame you, call you controlling, insecure, abusive. She'll call you all this shit. Meanwhile, if you just let her go, bitch is gonna be floundering out here, bruh. She gonna be out here like a flip, right? But this is natural for them. This is just nature. This is their own nature telling them, hey, you won't be able to have no more babies at 45 with your new family, so you'll be less viable as a mate. You can still have more babies with some IVF at 35. You better jump on out there and get you a better man, a richer guy. But then what'll happen is, you know what I mean? She'll just be out here getting dick down and floundering. So you better be ready. You best be ready for this. If you ain't ready for it, you're going to get caught out guard. Shout out to J-Day. BW's think, how did I keep my own life? How do I keep my own life in this relationship? He says, and not how do I keep and help keep life in this relationship? Yes. This is the modern woman right now. They want to keep their own life in a relationship. I mean, it is mind-boggling. Even when you have JUCO, bruh, they will still literally want to be like, well, this is my own separate life. And you're like, he says, BW's things, how do I keep my own life in this relationship and not how do I help keep life into this relationship? Soon as she feels dead in the relationship, then the relationship is dead. And so will that pocketbook. It's gone. You about to get cooked. The free agent lifestyle. # free game for these Mitch ass lames. It's the free agent lifestyle.
For life.
I'm telling you information that not many men have been able to articulate. And it's undebatable information. What I'm telling you is undebatable. It's going to happen. Even if you don't break up. You understand that, right? People have to understand, even if you don't break up or divorce, it's still going to happen. Because people be like, Coach, well, what happened to the couples that still stayed together? They didn't go through that. Oh, yes, they did. What does the data tell us? What does the data tell us? If we just took marriage and divorce data, what is the data? 50% of marriages end legally. Legally. Those are the people who ended legally. But then you still have people that explored a divorce, filed for divorce, threatened each other with a divorce. They separated, broke up, lived in separate bedrooms, henpecked husband. The husband gave up. She emotionally divorced him. He stayed for the kids. I wrote this in my book, Free Agent Lifestyle. You still have, they were religious, both Catholic, and they couldn't divorce each other. They couldn't afford a divorce. There were still people that did it. They went through it, but they just stuck it out. So just because they're together doesn't mean they didn't go. Yep, you had affairs, cheating. You still had the bullshit. Just because they stuck it out, just because you see them still living together, just because you see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Oh, it happened to them too. It happened to them too. They just didn't pull the trigger legally. So, you know, a lot of people will get confused about that. Read the book, The Free Agent Lifestyle. I literally wrote this out. There's really only between 1 to 10% of happy marriages. 1 to 10% at best. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, all right? Right? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, all right? There ain't that many. They're just together. They're roommates. They live in separate houses. They don't care. They cheat on each other, or they fucking be like, I don't care who you fucking. But I wrote about that in The Free Agent Lifestyle, that's what you should anticipate. And 50% is low, man. If you track marriages, it's really around close to 67%, right, from beginning to end over the last 40 years. It's bad. I mean, it just doesn't typically work. But just because you stay together doesn't mean you didn't go through it. Shout out to no government name. Many low earners complain about how unfair prices are, but they ain't gonna boss up out here, bang.
Better boss up, nigga.
All right. Our brother Jordan Royale says, I generally think women don't hold accountability because it affects their mating strategy if they are held accountable for their mistakes. It's putting it out in the open as to why no guy should want to be with them. That's a fact. That is a fact. So what'll happen is if they're being blamed for breaking up marriages and relationships, who else will pick them? So they got to be the victim. They got to have this sense of, oh, he was abusive and controlling, and I just had to leave him. I couldn't take it no more. If they were coming out here like, I destroyed my marriage, it was working good, he was a hardworking man, and we did good, and I fucked my kids up because I got selfish and wanted to be a whore, who else is going to pick that? Who else is going to be like, well, I see the value in you. You're a good woman. So it messes up their mating strategy. They got to be out here like, he was cheating on me, beating me up from pillar to post, giving me the goddamn rock bottom and the stone cold stunner. He yelled at me, screamed at me. He was abusive. All right, he beat his kids. So they got to come out like that because it allows them to bring that to the next relationship and be the angel. Yeah, shout out to Dark Side Foundation. BWs need to be traded to free up cap space. They're like the overrated stat patter. Overrated stat patter. I'm sorry, I can't say that. They are like the overrated stat patter who demands high pay and can't win a championship. Pro blacks are the incompetent that won't give up on them. There's always a sense of we gonna make it work with the community. No, you're not. Yeah, I don't think so. Shout out to our brother here, and I can't say your name. Isaiah says, I made it, coach. Thanks for everything. And I want to pronounce your name right because that's a sponsorship. Let's go. You showed me how to say that before. You showed me how to say that before, but I already messed it up. But shout out to you. Shout out to AJR. Keep crushing the Mitch-ass ninjas. Ain't it great? Ain't it great? Shout out to our brother Sheldon. Says, would women adopt or adapt a 15-year-old or a 5-year-old dating market today? Would they adapt or adopt? Would they adopt a 15-year-old or a 5-year-old? I'm not sure about that. Cognac, my brother from Kansas City, says, paid off 3 months of rent. Boss up. Oh, man, you are ready. That's a co-sponsorship. He says, thank you for the game. Buy the books, Ninja. I'm trying to give y'all the real spill. My brother said 3 months of rent paid off. If you don't know, that's a blue chip. We trying to get y'all ahead. It's boss up season out here. Let's go. Yeah. All right, let's go, man. We out here trying to win. What we have to get to is leveraging options. Rob the villain. Rob the villain. Fellas, listen to CGA. The free agent lifestyle will save your life and resources. Traditional is dead. So you should just give the side eye to modern ladies wanting marriage. They want the title without putting in the work. Focus on success and enjoy the JUCO. Let's go, brothers, man. Hey. Now, if you're a guy that wants a partnership and you want freedom to be able to have open relationships, I don't know what you guys want. But for men that want a traditional wife, it's dead. It's over. It's over. If you don't make $250 to $500K a year, you're cooked. Pro Man says back in the 86, when rap's novelty wore off, the white community hated rap, except for Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. By 96, most whites listened to rap, and they actually liked it. Yep, and it took a while. Yep, rap was overwhelmingly rejected. It's going to go away. It's just a fad. But they were like, but those Beastie Boys, all right, the only rap I like is Beastie Boys, is what they would say. That was back in the day. Now, whites overwhelmingly are the ones making rappers rich. Without white people buying concert tickets and downloading music, because you know how you niggas do. Y'all don't pay for nothing. All right. They are at the whites and Asians, especially on the West Coast. I go to a concert, and it's mostly white people and Asians at the rap concert. All right. They're buying the concert tickets. They're buying the shirts. They're buying the $60 t-shirt. They're buying the tickets. They're buying the VIP. They in the VIP at the yep. 100% is whites. And a lot of women. And Asians too. So they're the ones buying the tickets. They're the ones buying the album. They're the ones buying the posters. They're the ones buying the goddamn t-shirts. Y'all over here trying to get a copy in a dub and you kind of trying to pirate the shit offline. All right. This is why then, guess what? Snoop Dogg is at the Trump show. But go to a concert. All right. It'd be white people all up in there in the motherfucking 100 section down there. And if you don't know that, that's been going on for a long time. Whites are the kids. Whites are the ones buying the hip hop. They're the ones that buy the concert tickets. Overwhelmingly. It's not even close. Right? It's not even close. It's not even close, bro. Because that, going to hip hop and festivals, they love doing that. Oh, look. Watch this. And this is just one study. White people are a large part of the hip hop audience, but the industry is predominantly black. But studies have shown that over 70% of hip hop consumers are white. That's a hard reality. What is a consumer? A purchaser, a user. And dude, if you understand the number simple math of our country, it only makes sense. Without white people buying hip hop artists will go broke. They would go broke. They need white people listening. They need white people going to concerts. They need white people buying the records and the CDs. This is not even the debate. I know people would think I was tripping. Coach, you always I don't lie to you guys. I do my research. And this is why then you see them. What do you see when rappers start doing shit? This is what you see. All right, I do my research when I speak. All right, this is what you see when the rappers start coming out there. All right, because black people tend to want the hookup free. They don't want to buy the tickets. Nigga, you rich already. All right, nigga, you rich already. You all got cars and nope, they don't want to support the artists. All right, just like us. Ta-da. Just like us. They go to Rolling Loud. Yep, they go to the Rolling Loud. It's going to be white boys and white girls and shit like that. Mostly, overwhelmingly. So I know people was like, Coach, man, you just be making up shit. I don't make up nothing, bro. I know what's up. Same as the NBA, same as the NFL. Yep. When you go to an NFL game, go to an NFL game. You don't see that many black people in the stands. I don't care what city you in. When you go to an NFL game, it's mostly white people there. Or, it's a mixed crowd. The Raiders game is mostly Mexicans and Latinos. Okay? When you go to the Raiders game, it's mostly Mexicans and Latinos and white people. It's just a few black people out there. Like maybe 10% of the audience is black at football games and basketball. So in order to be successful and cross over and make a lot of money in any industry of entertainment, you need white people. Okay? You need white people buying your shit. You need to appeal to them. What group changed this? NWA. NWA crossed that market. They were the first group to have appeal to white people. Okay? NWA, Public Enemy. Public Enemy crossed that mark. What did you see them doing? They started doing songs with Anthrax. Who did the song with Anthrax? Was it Public Enemy? I can't remember. All right. But they crossed over. Ice Cube with Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right. They crossed over. NWA made their money and became popular through white people, not black people. This is not even a debate. Not even a debate. Other sources say 80% of hip hop consumers are white. House of Pain. Yeah, don't let a white group come out. But it was NWA's appeal was to suburban kids. That's why they went crazy. That's why NWA became NWA. It was the suburban kids. And Public Enemy, it was suburban kids going, oh, they're rebellious. That's what we want. Yo, man, it's no joke. I'm here to teach, though. I'm not here to just to say shit without, knowing what I'm talking about. Okay, so anybody, I saw a couple people say, nah, that can't be right. It's right. It's right. You want to make a lot of money in rap, you need white people. You need to appeal to them. And that's why when you'll see these 45-year-old white mothers rapping lyrics and Lil Wayne lyrics, you'll see them rapping lyrics because they're the ones buying it. They're the ones playing that shit when they're taking their kids to school or they drop their kids off to school and go to yoga. They're playing the hip hop. They're going to the clubs. Yes, they are. And they was at the concerts when they were 20. Now they're 42-year-old mothers. And you're like, oh, she been listening to rap since she was in high school. He said, I thought everybody knew this. If you didn't know, now you know. Everybody should know this. This should be well accepted. Well accepted. And then people be like, rap is for black people. Okay, but look at this right here. Is it really? 70% of hip hop consumers are white. That's a wake up call for y'all, brothers. That's a wake up call. You want to be?
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep, they get the backstage passes. They'll pay for the VIP, the front row, and all that shit. They'll pay for the goddamn the suite, the cabana. Ooh-wee. It's an evil world, huh? Maryland guy, coach, I know people that refuse to go to the dentist to even get a cleaning because they're scared of the dentist. Time to boss up. Hey, who you talking to?
Better boss up, nigga.
But you're right. You're right, brothers, man. Hey, go to the dentist, man. It's going to be painful. You're going to need about a couple of years of work for you to get your situation right. It's bad. All right, and it says, we got our brother here. Mr. Fazito says, what you mean those times are not coming back? What was the population in America for you as a kid when those fudge packers and vaxxers started to go to the upper room? When they start, it will free up some jobs and space in the economy. NWO after the next World War reset. Feminism will be gone. There will be less people in the workforce. NWO. 1940 to 2040. Will there be? There will be robots.
New world order.
There will be AI by then, though. There will be AI by then. And I think I got everybody. I'm going to refresh the screen one more time. Thank you for the contributions, man. And thank you for the fun part of the show. These are great shows. And I like to always drop in a knowledge here and there that to make you think. To make you think. Let's see. Faith says, and there's the reparations, coach. Their contribution to hip hop. Shout out to you, Faith. Our sister Faith in the building. You're getting your reparations. They just want you to do the Daffy Duck. All right. They need you to get out there and tap dance. All right. Get up there and do. Quick story. When I went to a concert, and it was damn, I can't think of the guy's name. All right, I can't think of the guy's name. It was damn, hold up. My son's gonna be mad. Playboy Cardi, not Cardi B. And I got one more super chat, but Cardi B. I'm sorry, Playboy Cardi. And he has a group called Opium. Now, if you're a parent, you know what I mean? You become conscious of what your kids are listening to, and you see the psyops, and you see the messaging, and you're just shaking your head. It's just like, oh my God, this is bad. Like Opium is the group. That's his group. Playboy Cardi has a group of young rappers like Ice Cube had the Lynch Mob, right? You know, other groups, 50 Cent had G Unit. But Playboy Cardi has Opium, right? So I'm a parent and I'm looking at my son. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know, this shit continues. So I'm sitting there waiting for the group. Okay, so the boys come out. The young group, the young rappers in the group trying to make it, King Carson and them. So they fucking come out, right? Everybody's waiting for them to come out. They come out. First song. Homicide, homicide, homicide. Homicide, homicide, homicide. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Ninja, ring the fucking bell, bruh. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We had the same thing with our music. So, you know, that's why I'm not critical of it with my son, right? I'm just like, you know, we're just going to have to go through damaging music and get, I was like, oh man. So we got this, opium, and homicide is the first thing. And they got the whole crowd screaming it. Say homicide, 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 homicide. I was like, oh my God. I was like, we cooked all programming. They just got them chanting homicide. And he's like, say it, homicide, homicide, homicide. So when you're a parent, you're just like, oh man, like the saga continues. You know what I mean? The bullshit continues, the programming. I'm like, why they got these niggas up here singing this? See, Dolores Tucker was right. Oh man. But you know, this is we've all experienced this as well, and people tried to kill our joy. We like this deaf gangster rap. Shoot them up, make his shirt red. You know, we went through the same thing too, and we thought it was cool back then too. So you gotta condition your son. You gotta actually counter condition them. You got to counter condition them to understand, but they're, you know, you don't want to kill the joy though, because they're enjoying it and they're listening to it. And it's that low frequency music is, you know, feeding their soul and shit. But you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Yeah, you got to let it grow. He said you got to let it grow on you. But then you wonder, you can call it programming. You can call it the record labels. New world order. Yep, you can call it the psyops. We went through the same thing, you know, even as no matter what race we are or what music we listen to. When we sought out entertainment, we sought that type of music in movies out too. So, you know, as long as you're there in their lives to understand that you don't have to live that out. You don't have to see this as a ticket for you out of the hood. So now you don't have to become a rapper. You know, we all did. You don't have to. But, you know, you have to understand that. That's the reality. Anastasia from New York, the anesthesia boss. I always call you Anastasia, but it's the anesthesia boss. Ninjas don't support hip hop financially. It's mostly Caucasian. I had two groups. The white one bought 75% of the real albums. And my black, Latino, Asian, and minority friends had bootleg like 50% of the work. It is what it is. And my audience is, I think, 50% black. All right. So it's 50% according to my data. And you know what happens? You know, it's a reality. You know, black men typically, you know, it's the same thing with hip hop. Let me just say that. Now, I do have a lot of black men to support me. I'm not trying to say what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is we know this. When white guys typically, or white people typically do, they want the authentic. They want a souvenir. They want a cup. You know, white people want a cup. You know, they want a concert cup. They want a t-shirt. They want the hoodie. You know what I mean? They want to get the backpack and shit. They want to get the real OVO owl. You know, they typically go get the real. You know, Ninja's gonna be like, we don't need all that shit. You know what I mean? But they're the biggest supporters, and they know everything about them, and they follow them, and then they stream and dub copy. Let me get a copy. You get the tape. Let me get a copy. All right, let me copy your tape, and you know the tape frontward or backwards, but you never gave the artist a dime. You supported by having an ear, but you never paid. So it typically is what it is. It's what it is. Yeah, the white kids will get the vinyl and put it up in their room and shit. DJs, white DJs, Mexican, Asian DJs will buy the vinyl. Niggas ain't buying shit. They're not gonna buy. It's a sad reality of economics. This is about economics, but we are talking about it in a racial lens. This is typically the case. Sad, isn't it? My brother said 75% of the whites bought the real album while the blacks and minorities, Asians, and Latinos bootlegged it. 50%. Yep, Mexicans at Ice Cube concerts. I went, and of course, I'm in the West Coast, but I went to How the West Was Won. I went to How the West Was Won. It was mostly Mexicans and white people. But of course, that's where the concert was. All right, it wasn't in a black neighborhood, but it was a lot of Mexicans out there at the concert. Guess who was performing? Ice Cube, WC in the Mad Circle, or West Side Connect, Mac 10. I don't think Mac 10 was there. DJ Quick was there, AMG. That whole 1990s West Coast hip hop was there. And it was so many Mexicans out there, right? And we were in Irvine. There's not a lot of Mexicans that live there, although there's a lot of Mexicans everywhere in California. But it was mostly Mexicans, all right, out there. So, and they knew all the words, and there was white girls out there. A woman that I went with, she was Middle Eastern. She took me. She picked me up. She was like, I got an extra ticket. Pick me up. We went to the concert. There's a Middle Eastern chick. There wasn't that many black people there. Not that many. I don't know how much the tickets was. And there was a whole bunch of fucking weed out there too. But it was mostly Latino bros and essays and vatos and shit like that. It's just a reality of it, the reality of the hip hop. And we showed you the data. Cody Draper, Coach, I appreciate you forever. Not only that I'm much like you, he says, I don't see why people should pay alimony to ex-spouses. I don't think so either. Not today, unless she was a stay-at-home mom. Unless she gave up her job for a lengthy part of the marriage. That's the only reason I would make a case for alimony. If she did not do that and she was working, no alimony. Shout out to our brother here, David Tully Blanchard, says, tell it, Coach, I co-signed that white folks are at the concerts. I went to the Outkast concert back in 1999 with my white homie because his girl flaked on him. And to my surprise, it was so many white folks there. Keep preaching, Coach. Yeah, man, it's sad. But then guess what happens? When they start changing their music and their message to cater to that group, they sold out. Y'all sold out. All right, they selling out to white folks. Well, what they supposed to do? They want to make money. All right, this happened in R&B. Freddie Jackson and Luther Vandross, they was going broke selling the niggas. Right? And they was like, oh, they should be good. They should keep making music for us. Freddie Jackson and Luther said, fuck that. Luther showed up with that glittery ass jacket and he started making music for white folks. All right? People gonna figure it out. Lionel Richie did the same thing. He was making that Commodore shit. He was making that disco funky Commodore shit. That good hood shit. All right, then he said, fuck that. Dancing on the ceiling. Lionel Richie. Hey, go to a Lionel Richie show. I bet you see a bunch of white women up in there. It ain't nothing but white women in the Lionel Richie show. All right, Lionel Richie ain't fucking around with y'all. Them white women be going crazy for some Lionel Richie. Hold up for a second. I had these clients. I had this one client. She was a suburban white woman. She was my fitness client. She was a very good client. I actually trained her sons and all that. She was so in love with Lionel Richie. I couldn't believe it. I thought she was joking. She was like, I'm going to Vegas to the Lionel Richie concert. I was like, what? Lionel Richie? She was like, oh, I'm in love with Lionel Richie. I was like, Lionel Richie? And I thought she was joking. And she was dead serious. She was like, anytime Lionel Richie performed, she was there. And I was like, Lord have mercy, bro. I was like, that's the wildest shit I ever heard, fam. I never even knew. And she was like, oh no, there's a lot of women that love Lionel Richie, and mostly white. I've never heard a black woman say, Lionel Richie. Right? It's mostly white women right here. All right, look.
Where the white women at?
All right. So when you see these ninjas going, they going to go where the money flows.
What the hell? Oh my God. No way.
All right. Anyway.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Look at this ninja.
Niggas always gotta
Oh, did Chris Tucker say that? Lionel Richie ain't been black since the Commodores? Hey, Lionel Richie say, where the money at, bruh? And there's a great story of how Rick James, I got to find this video of how Rick James was, how Lionel Richie replaced Rick James. Damn, I'm going on too long because I got to get off this stream. Somebody just shared this video on Locals too. How Lionel Richie replaced Rick James. Oh, let me see here. Rick James. Record label. Story. Let me see here. Damn, I won't be able to find it. It's so fucking funny. All right, it's so funny. But basically, Rick James crashed out at his record label. And then he crashed out so bad that the record label, you know who-ish executive said, Lionel Richie, no more Rick James. Somebody literally got to find that video. That shit was funny as hell. Because they had like a cartoon to it too. That shit was funny. But they said Rick James could print his own money at the label. But then he crashed out. And then he snorted a line of coke and jumped up and took his dick out in front of the Jewish record label guy. And he said, since that day, they promoted Lionel Richie. They were like, Lionel Richie from here on out. He was done with him. He was like, no more. And they went with Lionel Richie. Yo, I wish somebody could find that video. I won't be able to find it. Let me see here. Oh, here it is. Oh, damn, I just saw it. Hold up. Let me go back. Here it is.
Went into Jay Lasker's office. Now, Jay Lasker was the president of Motown. The way that it was is that he would turn in a tape and he would get a check for $1 million. He says, here's your tapes. As he gets his $1 million, he grabs the $1 million. He said, you know what? I don't give a fuck about $1 million. He said, sell my goddamn record. And Jay was like, dude. He said, no, you sell my motherfucking record. Because the fact of the matter is I made $40 million on tour with street songs and I only made $13 million. I don't give a fuck about this $1 million. Sell my motherfucking record so I can make some motherfucking money. And then Rick pulls out cocaine, puts it on the desk, chops it up, snorts it in front of Jay Lasker. And Jay Lasker is sitting back there. I'm sitting next to Rick and I'm like, oh shit, right? And then Rick snorts it, jumps on Jay Lasker's desk, puts his dick in front of Jay Lasker's face and says, sell my goddamn record! He takes the check and he walks out of Jay Lasker's office. Went into Jay Lasker.
Oh, they cut it off. So the end of the video says, Jay Lasker says, Lionel Richie. All right, so they cut that part out. So that is the next part of the clip. They cut it out. But at that moment, once that happened and Rick James walked out, he said Lionel Richie, which meant we're going to go with Lionel Richie. All right, yo. New world order. Jay Lasker said, that's it, bruh. And, you know, it's the mind of the African-American male, man. You know, we always think, but there's people controlling the strings.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. Hey, we know I can't say that.
Kanye West found out the same thing, bro. You start talking too much and thinking you too big for your britches, they're going to be somebody that pulls your ass back to reality. Ooh-wee. Shout out to our brother. I got you, man. Look, I think I got everybody. Do I? Cody Draper, I appreciate you forever. Not only, all right, I got that one right there. The alimony and the spouses right there. Yeah, I think that about alimony and spousal support. I think they should do away with it at this point. It's done. All right, if the woman has a job, there's no spousal support. Shout out to Roderick Miller says, I saw Lionel Richie show in Memphis and 90% white women. Did you mean 90% white women? There you go right there. Roderick Miller in Memphis said, he either said 90 white women or 90% white women. Lionel Richie. So you guys are verifying what I'm talking about. And I don't make up lies. You guys know that. Shout out to the Coach Gang. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
better boss up, nigga.